works. For some reason, the audio is not doing its thing. Oh, there we go. We're back. Sick.
Yay.
So, unfortunately, we lost recap on that. Thank you, Shadow. But that's okay. I'll just kind of quickly re-summarize. Pretty much the party, after picking up from its rest and relaxation, are now finishing it up with their last thing to do on their downtime for the week, and are in Northport in good company now, and are enjoying their last day. But yeah, sorry about that, guys. So we're back on track.
Well, you know, Miss Taylor, if you don't know how to swim, I can help you out.
I'm good. I'll just stay on the rocks.
Well, I mean, I can give you a way to walk on top of the water.
I don't like the sound of that. I gotta be honest.
Oh, but it might be fun.
Doesn't sound very fun to me.
Okay. If you're sure. I'm sorry for pulling you out then.
I mean, I'm not here to go swimming.
Huh?
It is nice out here.
There are a number of
It is, and you
activities. Oh, sorry, guy.
You can almost see the sky. Almost. I mean, if you look way out in the horizon, that's the actual sky.
Akira just looks out there. What do you mean, an actual sky?
You know.
It looks weird too. I've never seen the sky before.
So I rolled a day and night cycle thing. So right now it's Broznov day. However, it is real-time night. So
Yes.
you have this very interesting effect going on where you have the black clouds overhead, but there's this like gold glowing hue that that bathes Broznov in light. But then when you see further out into the edges of the clouds, you have this like gray barrier where the light doesn't quite reach, and that's like the edge of like the Broznov clouds. And then towards the end, you have this sunset kind of like going, so you have these like oranges and blue, like deep blues and darker blues further out. So you have this like really interesting pattern going on.
Like, huh. I didn't know there was any other sort of sky.
Oh no, now I feel really bad for not bringing you guys up. Maybe we'll have to go back. Yeah, that's why Taylor and I went, or Seiza and I.
I did?
Sorry, I'm a little out of it today. That's why Seiza and I went up, so we could look at the stars beyond the smog layer.
What stars?
Oh
Or
boy.
just looks a little horrified. Yeah, next time we'll all go then.
Sure.
It's a bit of a hike though.
I will say, because you guys went out at night, so this is more like dawn, actually, is what you're seeing. So that glow is actually just the first rays of sun.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so it is slowly becoming day outside of Broznov.
Oh, we can watch the sunrise
As much as
before
we
it
have one, yeah.
before it disappears behind the smog. But yeah, I mean, Cor wants to go swimming, but he also wants to make sure no one drowns, so he's gonna keep a close eye on everyone before he paddles out.
Taylor did
Just-
bring her, or she's wearing her swimsuit under her clothes, but she's not, actually getting in.
Fortunately for everyone involved, Akira did actually put on the swimsuit, and now she will lounge around like a crocodile.
Yeah,
in
though
the
it's
water.
not gonna be quite as easy because I assume that the waves are not too bad, but it's not like the pool. You can't
Yeah,
just like
she's
vibe.
trying, but she's like, oh, what is this? Why
Yeah.
does the water resist me?
There is a push
finding-
of ocean waves, but Yeah, it's somewhat, it's reflective of like, you go to the beach and you get those waves coming in going, but with the only big difference is that they're kind of like pushing up against a bit of the wall, since
Yeah. Good
no
thing
beach.
she's not a green dragonborn.
Yeah, we'll go swimming. Core's hair starts to blend in with the seawater after a while, so we can sort of like duck down and can't see him anymore. He looks. I would say that every place else in the city he kind of stands out. Like he doesn't look like he quite belongs, but here he looks like he's supposed to be here in the water. And I'll splash.
Makes sense.
Stays a little splash.
Blush.
Splash. Splish splash.
And as for the other things that the party can do, it's you can of course jump in the water and go for a swim. There's plenty of fishermen around who are they're mindful of you, but they're also like, they're not nosy enough to dig their nose into your business. But they're just like, oh hey, people, but with the merman.
The merman.
Yeah, I mean, Core knows enough to try to keep the group away from the fishermen, because one, we don't want to spook the fish. They're gonna be pissed. And also, I don't want anyone to get latched onto by accident.
Don't get a hook on you.
Pole.
That
Yeah.
would suck.
It would.
Say the least.
There is also kind of what you would know this core is down the road. There is kind of like there's a little stop that vendors will take not too far. It's like a few minute walk from this part, and it's kind of like a little like mobile it's like a little cart, like a mobile cart that offers smaller snacks and dried meats and other treats. So kind of like a little snack shop.
After this, do you guys want to go get a snack? I'm always so hungry after I go swimming.
At some point, I can imagine Akira trying to actually catch fish.
No.
She won't, but
I can show
Oh,
you
look,
how. Watch this. He's gonna dive down, and he's gonna be down there for probably like 5 minutes, and then he'll come back up with a fish wriggling in his hand and hand it over to Akira.
and
Maybe
then
just
just
eat it.
eats it.
Oh,
Oh.
No.
I really hope you weren't expecting anything else.
No, not really, but somehow it's more violent when it's literally like 2 inches away from my face.
Catch more and more perplexed looks from the fishermen, but they still don't mind you guys. It's like, okay, this is
Like,
a
Does
thing.
she just eat an
I mean,
Did you
eat a
eat
whole
fish raw?
fish?
And it's
Raw?
a legit strategy to sort of, there's big fish that come to eat other fish, so we're just sort of stirring up the waters.
Yeah?
But yeah, Core won't make everyone stay for too long. He feels a little bad because he's like, well, this is kind of my thing, and I forced everyone to come here.
We could have said no.
That's true, but in his heart, he doesn't think that. He's like, they wouldn't say no to me. It's my fault. I made them come here.
Akira's gonna now try to catch fish.
I'll teach you. I'll teach you how to catch fish.
Yay! And then you know what happens when she catches one.
Well,
It doesn't last very long.
You have a good constitution, don't you? I was gonna say the problem is you can't hold your breath nearly as long as Core can, because Core doesn't have to hold his breath.
Yeah.
But you have good constitution, so I'm sure you could hold your breath for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll teach Akira how to fish with her bare hands.
Yes, you do.
Especially since she has basically mobile spears.
True. That would make it even easier for you. Core can only do it because he can swim really fast and he can stay under for a long time, so he can be patient.
Any shark is gonna just look at Akira being like, nah, bitch, I ain't dealing with that.
Ah, hell nah.
Aw, hell no. I may have an intelligence of like, I think sharks actually are pretty intelligent. But I'm sure they look at the giant looking crocodile thing going, not. If
No?
sharks are smart enough in real life to avoid dolphins, then they're smart enough to avoid Akira.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure.
Perhaps. But yeah.
But yeah,
Mhm.
I think Cor will eventually reluctantly get out. He wants to stay, but he'll get out.
We'll say in between your guys' well, at least for Core, during your swimming as you're popping up every now and again, you notice that there is a drow man does approach you carrying what appears to be a pole and tackle box, and he kind of looks at you with somewhat intent, like not like glaring, but like the way he's looking almost has a somewhat like intense look, and calmly
Very
calls out to
determined.
you, and he says, "Excuse me, are you in fact the merman that I've been hearing all about Northport?"
A merman?
Yes.
Sorry, I haven't heard such a thing.
Ah, perhaps not. It's from what I've heard, that there's a fellow who's been taking his time to come out to the waters now and then, and simply vanishing beneath the ocean for quite a bit. And you struck me as that sort.
Well, if I see any mermaids, I'll let you know. I haven't seen any.
Ah, well, I wasn't searching for any merfolk. In fact, I was hoping if you were in fact that person, if you would know what how active the fish might be about tonight, or today, I should say.
Oh, well, I can't say that I'm that merman. That's awfully strange nickname. I'm just a swimmer, but fairly active. Seems like there's a pretty nice algae bloom coming in, so the fish like that.
I see. Any particular good spots
Akira
then?
accidentally chumming the water.
You know, maybe, I don't know, half a mile down current from here would be good.
And the drow will he doesn't express any nothing too intensely, but he kind of gives a small smile and nods, and he's just like, much appreciated. And with that, he collects his stuff and starts walking down the direction you sort of point.
Nice guy. Weird story, though. Can't say I've seen any merfolk in the area. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think it was just misidentification.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe they just saw like a seal or something.
That would be
Yep.
silly.
Akira just looks at you, Cora, and just goes, "Cora, what is this?" And she just gives you an eel.
Oh, this is an eel.
Oh.
Yep.
Looks at it.
It gives you that weird look that moray eels give.
Yeah.
Also, just like, why did this dragonborn just grab me? How the hell did it do that? It's like it's the pigeon. It's the pigeon. You're like,
Yep.
oh my god, how the fuck?
He's just
Akira's
it's just like, I don't understand what's going on.
Akira doesn't either. She's like, do I eat this?
I mean, you can, or you can let the poor guy go. He's a little bit in shock.
She lets it go. It takes her a while to think about it, but she will let the eel go.
The eel slips back into the
Character
waters,
development.
very confused at what the fuck
Character
just happened.
growth. She let it go.
Mhm.
She didn't immediately put it in her mouth.
Didn't try to immediately eat it.
You're growing up.
Oh, they grow up so fast. But yeah, I'll get out of the water. I don't want to keep everyone here for too long. We can go get snacks. You guys want snacks? My treat.
Sure.
Akira always wants snacks.
You make your way down, and yeah, after a few minutes walking, you do note that at that time you do see the drow they had pointed out to start looking around for a good fishing spot, but there's quite a few anglers that are already sort of parked up, and he seems to just kind of like keep walking.
Good luck, buddy.
Yeah, I hope he
Good luck,
gets.
buddy.
I hope he catches something nice.
And with that, after walking back up to the, because you kind of have to climb back up to the top of the wall and sort of go over to where, like, to more to the inside of the city. You do find there's like a little, kind of like a pit stop area where there's carts kind of passing by, and some of them set up, like little places, in little parts they have set up, and they mostly just carry dried snacks. Obviously not everything is just meats, but there's dried meats, some other assorted like dried goodies, like almost like granola bar style, like rations.
Ooh, dried fruits.
Dried fruits, yep. And as well as water and a small flasks of brandy
Oh,
that they kind of
gotta
sell.
buy that for Gotta buy that for Seiza.
Yeah. There's her snack.
Ah, you know what? I got an appetite after all.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll definitely buy that for Seiza then. I'll go
Just
get
take
two
water.
and give her both. Yeah, so water for everyone else, alcohol for Seiza, dried meats for Akira, of course.
Yeah.
The whole thing's
And
like
Cor will probably
gold.
munch on some dried fruit. Burns a lot of calories to go swimming.
indeed. And the whole thing costs like 5 gold. Like all the
Okay,
snacks
I'll
and
pay.
drinks. And
I
you get a nice collectible flask with it, which is just a it's a flask that's got a little etching that's like Northport Fisher's Wall. And it's like a little hook on the as its logo.
Well, this can be for Seiza then.
Thank you.
Oh, you have this one already.
Oh, not this one specifically, but you know.
Well, you can have this one too. Then you can have two.
Suppose. Or you can store your water in that, right?
Oh, I mean that's what this is for. Yeah, just a water flask or whatever. Like I don't need a cup like this.
Hmm. Hmm.
You can put it on a shelf in your room.
Hmm. Sure.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for coming with me. I know it wasn't the most fun, but I just wanted to share it with you. All of you. But next time we can just go clubbing. I'm sure that would be more fun.
Kira kind of shrugs. She has a new fondness for the water, apparently.
Yay! One convert!
I wish to go into the water. There's delicious things down here.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah.
As you enjoy your snacks out by the stall, you come across a familiar sight actually. And it's the orc samurai that you met way back in session 1.
Oh wow.
That dude.
And yeah, you see him sort of hastily walk by and sort of gives you like a passing nod like, oh, I recognize you guys. But doesn't stick around and really chat much. Just sort of bumps by and asks for a few things from the stall and pays for it accordingly, and is just kind of like makes a the pass to you guys and is like, oh, so off. Didn't expect you lot around here.
We're just enjoying the last day of our vacation, is all.
Life must be well if you've earned one, or if you managed to find the time with one. Nevertheless, I hope you and your day are going well. I must be about my business. And
Good,
with that,
good luck.
Clearly.
with that, you see him pick up a pair of flasks of water and quite a small bit of helping of snacks, and go. Also note that unlike the last time you saw him, and this is kind of a ironically not this was a small detail, but something you guys would have probably picked up on, but the samurai Ryoji, he wears a red pince-nez, kind of like similar to the glasses you have.
Oh my god.
Core.
He stole my look.
Yeah,
he stole my look.
he's also got a similar pair.
This dude stole my look.
But he doesn't have it this time. He doesn't have his pince-nez.
Oh, I shamed him. He was like, "Oh shit, this guy wears it better."
Yeah.
I gotta stop wearing these.
It was definitely that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Oh man."
But in any case, yeah, you kind of watch him pick up his things, and he then kind of gives a nod, and not really urgently, but kind of like in a, okay, I gotta get going, like, leaves.
Oh, there he goes.
He's in a rush.
Probably didn't want Seiza to kick his ass again. I'm sure you could have taken him in a round 2 and a round 3.
Who's that again?
That was the samurai that Seiza fought, right? Am I?
No, I know.
Yeah.
No, I
Oh,
meant.
okay. I was like, wait, am I wrong? Was that not the one? Was
No,
that
that's
a
the
different samurai?
No. There was another fight
Says
that
he's
you.
just perpetually drunk.
Yeah.
There was another samurai that you guys bumped into, but this wasn't that guy. It was just a random samurai that was just like square up.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought.
But this is
Yeah,
actually
Seiza.
like from session 1. But yeah.
Mm,
Do you not remember him, Seiza?
look, I punch a lot of people.
That's true.
Because he's not wearing the glasses.
Is he now? What a strange detail.
I mean, sometimes
know,
I don't
maybe
wear
he
my
just lost
glasses.
them.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe he had to sell them. Maybe he had to pawn them off. That would be a bit sad.
Don't know much about samurai. Does that mean anything to them?
Honestly, I don't really get them either.
Life isn't very stable.
Guess that's the same for everyone.
That's true, especially in the city.
Let's see.
We have been quite fortunate lately. We should save up probably because jobs could become scarce at any time.
Oh, good luck with that.
Oh, I'm sure we'll be fine. I've got the 3 of you after all. Strong backs. We could do anything.
Almost anything.
Almost anything. Well, at least enough to keep our fancy new house.
Yep.
Hope
You
so.
guys are
It's pretty nice.
It is. I wouldn't mind moving back to the port. Closer to the ocean.
I appreciate the personal space I have at the new place.
That's true. I no longer have to put up with Akira's snoring.
The meat snores.
The meat snores.
Snores.
I thought the sound would be the worst part, but really it is the smell.
Hopefully,
Very
I don't have to
unusual.
ever experience that.
Hopefully
Just
not.
comes into your room one day, just flops over, starts meat snoring immediately.
The meat
No,
snores.
why?
The meat snores.
The meat
That is-
snores.
I will brew up some kind of alchemy specifically to get Akira
Oh
out.
my god. Taylor invents mouthwash.
I wonder- Man, I would be curious to see what would get Akira to move when she's being petty.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
If I have to figure it out, maybe I'll figure it out.
Unstoppable force, immovable object. Right. Right. But yeah, I think we'll just sort of have our snacks and make our lazy way back to the house unless someone else has a stop to make on the way.
Nope, I'm good.
Mhm.
We got an
Awesome.
orphan to adopt.
Next time we can try out that club near our place.
True.
Sure.
I
you
haven't
want to.
been there, but I mean, I'm sure it will be fun for you guys, so we should go. And I like to watch everyone dance and have a good time. That's fun. A little loud, but that's okay.
I thought you got used to it.
I'm getting there, I think. I'm getting there. It's certainly growing on me, that's for sure. But I guess I'm just used to the quiet a little bit more, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The music is nice, though. Most of the time. Sometimes I'm not really sure if it's supposed to be music or just like someone screaming. It's a little confusing.
When you're in the moment.
Akira can understand it. Understand that.
That is music. Screaming.
Yeah, Caesar's been to that club. La
Yep.
Magenta.
But nobody knows because she snuck out.
Taylor knows.
I mean, Core knows you left too. He saw.
Oh, right.
But- But he didn't know where you went and he didn't ask, so.
Mhm.
Didn't ask.
And didn't I ask? A little awkward to ask after our recent conversations. He's like, I'm gonna give her some space. And I push.
Whoosh.
Well, shall we head back then? Thanks for
Yes.
humoring me. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Hmm.
Very well.
No idea.
God damn it. I almost channeled my inner jewel and it was just like, how is this funny?
Oh.
No, no, wrong character.
Wrong character.
Mm.
I missed you.
We all missed
I
Jewel.
miss Jewel too. That's my girlfriend. Bring her back.
She's crazy and she's chaotic, but she's Jewel.
You
Yeah, we'll go.
Mhm.
We'll go home.
Okay.
you return home. You take the train back this time around
Ooh, oh, nice. The train.
because it's
How
actually
fun.
faster taking the train route, and it's free for you guys.
Yay!
For now.
We're
For
not
now.
broke.
For now, there's a lot of things that are different compared to the realm, the realms Broznov. 6 years changes people, man.
The train is fun. Wee.
But in any case, you've returned back to the house.
Yep.
You check over and you see yet another terrifying things gone wrong, essentially, as your neighbors are having another invention malfunction.
Hmm.
You see Talos and Tessa. Tessa is sticking out from the window facing the street and looking down as Talos is wearing a specialized glove of some sort. It's very distinct, very mechanical looking, and is pretty much hanging by the side of this of the wall with this glove, kind of panicking. And Tessa, you see Tessa trying to pull him up from the window.
Oh no.
What the hell?
What? Just gonna look at them like, how do we even help that?
Anybody need me to climb? Actually, you know what? Akira's just gonna be like, looks up, just like, okay, I got this, and just starts climbing the wall.
Good luck with that.
Make a check.
I think my claws give me climbing speed. Oh wait, no, not yet. I did this before already. No, it's
Oh.
not yet, but yeah, she will
Do not-
still attempt to climb up.
Okay. Athletics, I believe.
That's 11. 23.
23. Surely enough, you are able to grab hold of the various architecture of the building, and you're able to climb your way up. To which, you see a fairly close. You're pretty much within arm's reach of Talos, who's in the midst of panicking and is just like, "I just need to calibrate it some more." And Tessa being like, "Are you out of your mind? Let go of the glove and let me pull you up."
Yeah. Just grabs the dude, skitters him up to Tessa.
It's gonna take a strength check, and not because he's resisting, but as you try and like help pull him up, you notice that the glove is like that he's wearing right now is like it's stuck, like it's just caught, and it won't let go of the surface wall. It's not even like hooked on or anything. It's like flat wall, and it's just like glued to it. Like there's nothing that's like stopping it, but it's just like
Oh.
And
Uh,
he's not even fighting you at this point. He's just like, "I just need to fix it, it's no big deal."
Does the 24 get him off the wall?
Yes, you're able to tear him off the wall. And with Tessa's pulling, you manage to he gets pulled back into the window. And
She's just gonna look at his gloves, because I'm assuming it's still on the wall.
yeah, but it's still stuck on it.
Gonna look at it curiously, try to take it off of the wall.
Make another strength check.
I mean, it's not gonna
Alright,
be
you got him
any
out
better.
of the glove.
Yeah, it's alright. I
You
got him out
managed
of
to
the
pull
glove.
him out of the
15.
glove
Crisis averted.
without him losing his hand.
Yeah.
And
I'm
then
surprised you did that much.
18.
I know, right?
With
Thank
that,
goodness.
okay, so you rolled an 18.
Yep.
No, the glove holds firm. And in fact, any attempt at like pulling it, you see it start to like actually damage the wall more.
Akira just kind of looks like that, just kind of like looks at it inquisitively.
It is not budging.
It is really stuck on there.
Yeah,
Yep.
It is stuck on there. And like I said, it's not like gripping anything. It's like the palm and fingers are flat against the wall.
Oh, that's weird.
She's just gonna leave it hanging and just spider climb back her way down.
The rest of us just staring up at the glove on the wall, like, huh?
Yeah, we're just
Yeah,
squinting
it's
at
just
it. Like,
you do hear what shortly follows after is just angry yelling at each other from the two. Clearly there was some disagreement about conducting tests.
Is that normal? say the least.
Poor Tessa, really.
Mm.
Feel bad for her. She seems like a sweet girl.
Can confirm.
She
Kayla's not
screws loose.
qualified for this.
Yeah, shall we leave them to their affairs and privacy, perhaps?
Yeah,
If
plus I
anything
don't
bad
think the hand
happens,
is
I'm
going
sure.
anywhere.
Mhm.
Is that a hand? I thought it was just a glove. Are you
Yeah,
saying there's
glove.
a hand in there still?
Oh, fortunately for
Terrified.
everyone, she managed to actually get the hand out.
Yep. The hand was actually able to give way enough to actually like move Talos's like hand out of the glove and like slip out, and then the glove just kind of was like, "Yep, that's it. Ain't moving no more."
Very strange. I mean, it would be quite useful if you could have something like that. You could climb, but obviously you have to be able to let go too. So
Well, I guess until that gets figured out, it's just a cool decorative piece on the wall.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. Akira could have probably pried it off, but the wall probably would have come with it, so. And I don't know about you, but she's not interested in doing property damage, especially she doesn't own the building.
Oh yeah. And I
Yeah.
mean, actually,
Yeah.
please don't do that to our house either.
Don't worry, if there's any weird gloves hanging off of our building, she won't grab it.
Great. If there are any, if you do find any weird gloves attached to our house, tell me about it. I'll fill it up with some soil. We can grow some vines down the side of the house. That'll be nice.
I hate how that's a normal sentence.
I mean, yeah. It'd be quite nice looking.
I'm gonna go take a nap.
Okay.
Oh.
Well,
Well, with that,
Mhm.
it's
Corey just looks around like, what do I do now?
Kayla's just gonna twiddle her thumbs in the living room or something, I guess. I don't know.
well,
Yeah.
there was the task of searching for that child that you guys seemed interested in.
Yeah, but
I
she's
guess
taking a nap.
Yeah, we'll let Seiza take a nap and then we'll head out. I guess
Oh.
we'll get prepared for that.
Mhm.
While Seiza naps.
That's
Prepare
not
for that.
necessary. Plus only a jest.
Okay, you're sure.
Oh, okay.
Seiza, you're a very funny person, but sometimes I can't tell when you're joking and when you're being serious.
Oh, the difference is when I'm drunk or not. When I'm
Is
drunk,
it?
it's usually a joke.
But aren't you drunk a lot of the time?
That's the fun part. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know anymore.
You know what?
It's
I
really
like
just,
it. It's a mystery.
Good
It's a
luck on that
mystery.
insight check. I don't even know what this is.
Imagine having to insight check yourself.
Yeah.
What am I thinking?
I can imagine Jewel doing something like that, insight checking herself. She goes like, huh?
Suddenly, Taylor feels a bit more stressed than before.
Oh. Well, shall we head out on our next job then? I know our vacation ended a bit unceremoniously, but
Are you still okay with heading into the guts?
yeah, I mean, I'm sure you guys will guide me. I don't know. I'm sure it will be fine. I'm curious, to be honest. I've never gone down there.
Core. Let's go.
Is there anything we should bring? Supplies?
Akira just kind of thinks about it, just like, well, honestly, I think the less you bring, the better.
Well, at least let me go
Yeah.
put my armor on.
Might actually dress down. Flowing dress is not a good idea.
Oh. That's
Akira
not
would
Probably
dress
not.
down, but she knows the guts well, and because of that, the guts probably know her well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just give me a few minutes to go throw my armor on then. And then I'll be ready to go. Oh, don't forget to bring that stuff I gave you, though.
Oh god, bringing
Sorry.
Julia down to the guts. Oh god.
You can keep it in your pocket or something if you're worried about it, but it's pretty important, so don't forget it.
Sure.
I have on good
What?
authority that it will be useful.
Oh no, I'm gonna die.
What do you mean on good authority? Whose authority?
Don't
Are you so
worry
certain
about
like,
it.
someone's gonna die?
Well, I mean, Corey's not saying he's not saying I know I'm gonna have to use Revivify on you. He's saying I heard that this kind of spell component can be useful for dangerous situations. So bring it, just in case. I heard from a god that I can use this to do good things. Don't leave it at home.
Diamonds?
Kira's gonna leave it at home.
No.
It's the guts. She's just like, I know not to bring valuables, even, you know.
Well,
So just
if Kira, if you don't want to bring it, at least let me carry it then.
oh, you're gonna get mugged. Well,
Um,
honestly, maybe if you stick around her, you might not have anything happen to you.
Yeah, I was about to say. I feel like we're the ones that are gonna do the mugging.
You know, that's fair. Akira will keep it on her. Just like, oh, that's a fair point.
Oh, damn.
Cause man, if somebody's stupid enough to steal from Akira, like, good
Uh-oh.
fucking luck, man. Especially since she's, well, known.
Yeah.
well, if there's nothing else I should bring, then I'll just go get my gear and we can head out.
Mhm.
So, there's a number of ways to get into the guts. This is kind of somewhat common knowledge. Well, there's the one that Akira knows how to. But there's other ones that you guys can learn if you want to take different approaches to entering the guts, because this will
Well,
factor in.
given that, unless somebody else is gonna lead the way, Akira would go, you know, her usual route, so.
I feel like you probably know the best, so yeah.
Yeah, we'll trust you.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine Taylor would know some ways in, but yeah, we could just follow Akira. It's definitely
Very well.
not Taylor's first time into the guts.
Yeah. And
Considering her
I
profession.
I don't think it's Seiza's either, because, well, Seiza
Hmm?
seems to know, at least Akira's reputation, so. Probably not Seiza's first time in the guts either.
Absolutely not.
But yeah.
Go with this one then.
But I'm assuming you have the
Hardcore.
most knowledge because you lived there.
Baby's first time in the guts.
Yeah.
Maybe first time in the guts.
Well, the quickest route is going through a maintenance hatch on the side of one of the passing canal routes. That's what you know specifically, Akira. And while it is it's easy for you on your own, going in as a group will definitely be a little more difficult on the way in.
Oh, because?
Well, it's because there's more of you, and your particular preference of routage may not coincide with everyone else's. However, it's kind of like the most direct route as well. But there are a few obstacles that you may come across.
Hell yeah, let's come across them. Let's do it.
All right. Y'all head down to one of the canal areas then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Akira, you pretty much head out and go to one of the canals that kind of zigzag parts of the port districts of the city, and you do jump down and kind of you jump over the railing, not quite into the water, but into like there's a little side, like almost enough to walk across, and then you kind of follow it along into an underpassing area of the road, where the canal just kind of goes a little bit under, under a road or kind of like under a bridge. And let me bring up a new reference image. Here we go. Actually, not too crazy with this theme either. We need something.
Pog.
What's this one? I suppose this will have to do. Go with a bit of Baldur's Gate on this one. So, you descend down, and immediately as you pass through the access hatchway, it is dark. It's which is almost kind of a strange thing, because it's almost there's very little dark places in Broznov. It is pitch dark down here. And immediately you are confronted with several winding tunnels that go from as large and as open as maybe 15, openings as like 10 feet tall openings, to little to as short as maybe 3 feet high. And there are several.
This is a little awkward, but I should point out that Core does not have dark vision.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Well, Core, what you lack for sight makes up for in sound and smell, as the dribbling and gush of water from various chambers and entrances, and the ankle-high water that you guys very quickly find yourself stepping through to greet you is all that you feel and hear. And the smell of the city is pungent, odorous, and very much unwelcoming.
I'm just gonna reach out and grab somebody. I don't know who.
You grab the rat somehow and
Well.
I just reach out and grab somebody. I don't know. First person who's there.
Roll a
For it.
D3.
Oh yeah.
Roll a
Yep.
D3.
D3. 1, it's Akira. 2, it's Seiza. And 3, it's Taylor.
Okay.
And all three of us just watch him like flail around.
Yeah, because I think everybody. Do dwarves have dark vision? I know dragonborns do. Obviously, drow do.
Yeah.
the Dragonborns actually don't naturally come with dark vision, from what I remember.
But does Akira
I
have
think
it?
so, yeah.
I do, because of my type of Dragonborn.
Yes.
I do not.
So it seems that
That's
you are on
fine.
your own on this one.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Oh wait, how do I? Oh, I'll just roll a d3.
You could roll a
Yeah.
D6 as well.
Or D6,
And,
yeah.
1, 2 is 1,
d6.
2, 3, 4.
D6.
I got a 5.
5, so
That
that's
would
a
be
3.
Kayla.
So you are able to
Ayla.
grab hold of Taylor.
Oops. I reach
may-
out and I realize that's the hair. Oh, sorry.
You may be grabbing her bun.
I know, that's what I was worried about. I was like, oh my god. Oh, he like
Oh, sorry.
reaches out. He's like, oh, it's soft. Oh, sorry.
Do you need someone to hold your hand or something? Or would you like to hold on to
Uh,
someone?
It's a little dark, and can I light? Can I get a light, or can I just hold on to someone?
Is it
light-
safe
I will-
to-
I will direct Cora's hand to Akira's coat.
Oh.
Like, I'll just grab your
Oh.
wrist and be like,
Yeah, and yeah, she won't mind at all. In fact, the rat will just gently pat your hand.
Oh,
It's a
I'll use my
friendly.
I'll use my other hand to pat the rat. This is my friend, the rat.
Yeah.
The rat will.
Rat
The
friend.
rat can see in the dark. He'll ratatouille you, navigate you through the
Oh,
darkness.
yeah, I'll hold on to a
Do
Kira.
rats have dark vision?
I could
need
use
to
a
look it up.
cantrip,
I
but
hope so.
Cora's like, maybe the reason we're in the dark is because we have to be sneaky.
They do have dark vision.
Yeah.
Be a bit
Is
silly if
there
it didn't.
a reason why we shouldn't light something?
I don't have a light
Akira
source.
just Akira
Other
just
than having
like
light.
she doesn't know. She's never needed it, so she's like I don't know.
Cora's just assuming there's a reason, so he's like, okay. let's stay
Yeah,
in
the
dark.
reason is Akira's never needed it
Mm.
before.
The reason is
Reality,
3 out of
we all
4
just
you.
forgot
I think
that.
we-
Oh,
It's a
crap.
3 out of 4 dark vision party.
Well, it might bite us in the ass later, but you know, it's better if we don't stumble, I suppose. And then I'll cast dancing lights.
Oh,
Well, you're definitely able to get a good look at the cobbled stone and otherwise, despite the filth and water, the rather meticulated hand craft work of this place. These sewers are old, but they do not show signs of decrepitness. These things were built to last.
yeah. Cora just looks around like, oh, we're in the sewers. And he's still
Means the
wearing his
guts are kind
sunglasses,
of
even though he was
underground,
like,
so-
it's too dark. I can't
Uh,
see. Still wearing his glasses.
Oh. Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Well, I knew if somebody smelled awful, so I figured, but
After this, we all are.
Mm-hmm. More so than usual.
just remember, Akira, the pool is not a bathtub.
Got it. Got it now.
Well, lead the way then. Thank you very
And-
much, by the way, Seiza. I appreciate it.
She will lead the way.
Magic can be handy.
Yeah. Plus, they're very cute. We're just gonna poke one of the little orbs of light.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Wait.
suppose they can be viewed as that.
Can you give
I
it little?
guess.
Can you give it little ears, Seiza?
Hmm? Why would I do that?
I swear, if you give it wings and it starts saying "Hey," I'm gonna kill it.
Oh.
I
You
get
could
out
give
my
it-
gun.
You could give it
Hey,
little,
listen!
little bunny
Hey,
ears.
listen.
I'm listening, and it's the sound of my shotgun right now.
Eternal PTSD.
Mm.
Oh my god. I hear
I don't
that
even
in my
play Zelda
nightmares.
games, and I have PTSD for it.
Whatever form you choose,
Yeah. You can even
Oh,
make it into like
no.
a person.
it's a dog now.
Doggy.
Bunch of tiny
Aw.
flying dogs.
A bunch of flying dogs. They're like stumbling over each other.
Oh no, they're cute.
Oh no.
Why
Oh.
did it do that? I didn't mean to. It was a coincidence. Anyway.
Yes, Caesar is evil, guys.
I'm sure it was just a spell malfunction. Don't worry about it. Obviously you can't carry them, but Core's gonna try to pretend that he's carrying one of the little puppies.
Right, malfunction, rebound, whatever that was. Well, let's just
Oh.
move.
Yeah, I'm sure. Just a mistake. Give a little wink at Taylor. Like, just a mistake, you know? She didn't mean to do it. It was an accident. Total accident.
Let's
Taylor
not
has
dwell
no
on that.
Taylor has no context for this. She's just agreeing.
We-
I. Okay. Yeah, just an accident. Definitely not on purpose. Continue walking. Like, okay, not sure why that needed to be specified, but sure.
Why are the people in this party so fucking weird?
You just now realizing?
Puppies.
Puppies.
Bus, I lead the way.
Okay. Because you are kind of a resident of the guts, you've lived for a little bit.
Yep.
You
8
are
years, baby.
you will have an advantage check, but you'll have to roll some perception, or actually, you'll have to roll survival to try and navigate these sewers, as they're various winding and splitting off and joining into one chamber or another are still labyrinthian in nature. And
Well, all I gotta tell you guys is pick a god and pray right now.
Oh, you mean pick a god like this one and I cast guidance?
Fair. Okay. I don't think guidance has helped.
Oh
You know
my
what? Guidance
God.
kind of helped. It's a 12.
to 12. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Apparently, I can move at double speed, which is weird.
Oh,
Yeah. As long as I'm moving in between the city, apparently I can move at double speed. If I know the pit, if I know the city.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
Thanks, background.
you shift through, and for the most part, you are kind of able to note what passageways are fairly safe enough and what others aren't. However, you do stop at a corner turn as you swear you hear something up ahead.
Up ahead.
It sounded like the soft pattering and like soft splashing of water, as if something was kind of like something small was trotting in the waters ahead, just around the corner.
It's probably a rat, but Akira will investigate. Rat friend? Another rat friend?
I will swallow. In case it needs to be said, I will be following.
Cor's gonna take the little light puppy that he's holding and tuck it into his coat.
Says that he stole one of your lights.
Oh no.
it's not
No.
mine.
No, I'm just trying to dim it. I'm sorry, I'll give it back. I didn't mean to steal it. I
No.
swear I've never stolen anything in my entire life. I'm so sorry.
Not real.
As this
This
is going
a
on, I
puppy.
investigate.
Take it.
At this
Of course,
entire
having a crisis.
As Cora's having a crisis, I investigate the noise.
Akira, you push on ahead and you circle around and yeah, it's a the the winding chamber kind of like connects to another line that hooks right, like a hard right, and you poke out and you see almost at your feet. Just briefly, it's startled, but then it kind of looks up at you, kind of just not as scared anymore after you kind of come face to face with it. But it's a black cat.
Oh. The kitty.
It's a black cat with a little collar on it, and it looks up at you with a pair of yellow eyes, and it meows at you.
Oh. Oh no.
The rat
Lost
hides.
kitty?
Well, if it has a collar, then it must have a home.
Does it allow me to pick it up?
Roll animal handling.
That's probably not a good idea. Probably be having Core do that.
I mean, it might surprise you, but I don't actually have proficiency in animal handling. I do have a +5, but I don't have proficiency.
+5 is
Better than my
probably
+2.
sufficient.
Better
Yeah.
than my +2.
+2.
Yeah, I'll try it. Oh,
19.
I don't think you need me to try it.
Wait, how much?
I think you.
19.
19? Yep. You kind of stoop down a little bit and you put your hand out to the cat, who kind of looks at your hand and kind of sniffs it, and then sort of like does that thing where the cat like kind of bumps his head on your hand. Like he's like, okay.
Oh.
And
so cute.
meows again.
Cora's trying not to coo in the background very loud.
What's its name?
Is there a tag on its collar?
Yep, there's a little tag.
Oh.
And this cat is Dusk.
Almost.
Does there happen to be like an address or another name, like an owner's name or something?
No, just the name.
Oh,
Well, we
cat.
collect the cat. We collect the cat, and we are on our way to try to find now the owner of the cat. We have to find the owner of the cat and the owner of the kid. Wait, no, the
Gotta
kid.
find the kid, not the owner.
Kid.
Yeah.
The owner.
And by
I hope
owner,
so.
do you mean parents? I hope.
It's an orphan, so you know.
Okay, well, relative.
So
I don't know.
guess
Saying
we're
owner seems a little
Little,
wrong
yeah.
campaign.
incorrect.
This ain't Final Fantasy 16.
Oh.
Don't worry about it. Anyway.
Mm,
Hey, yo! Everything I hear about that game, wow. I
Wow.
see. That's what Yoshi P is into, huh?
Brand. Wait, no. What do you mean? There's actual slaves, not like.
Oh, I see. Never mind. I was like, whoa.
It's not a
God.
dominant
You-
situation.
have you seen? Oh my God. Sorry, side tangent. Fibble, have you seen that one side quest with the child?
It's a child?
oh no.
It's like the child trying to find its cat or dog or animal, its pet.
No, I didn't see that one.
Okay. If you get there and you find it, let me know.
Hmm.
It's not good. I don't like that. Good lord.
But anyways, yeah.
In any
we collect the
case,
cat and we keep going.
cat is collected. You'll actually need an animal handle to keep the cat in your company. Otherwise, it might get bored and be like, okay, I'm gonna go now.
No.
It's not gonna be for me.
Oh, it's
We
Taylor's
just met.
cat. It's Taylor's cat. I just got accused of stealing a puppy. I'm not gonna steal Taylor's
No.
cat too.
Yes,
17.
17. Yeah, you give it some pets, and it seems pretty content with just being carried around by you.
If it
So-
starts wriggling up, we'll put it down. But
Yeah. He seems pretty. Yeah, the cat seems pretty content with hanging out with you guys.
Hog. We continue onwards.
We put it on Taylor's shoulders, and it loves her big bun.
Yep.
slapping it.
Yeah, just batting at it.
He's a small cat too.
Oh, little baby.
Yeah. We continue on.
Now Corey's holding a puppy and cooing at the kitten.
I will just let it tag along for as long as it wants to. Actually, I don't
This cat's gonna
really
be
know
like
what to do with it otherwise.
What to
God
do
in
with the
disguise
cat.
or something.
Well, if we don't find its owner, you know what's
should maybe.
happening.
We're adopting it, right? Right? That's what you're saying, right?
If it's
Can
with-
we bring it
Don't-
home?
Don't let Akira go hungry. That's all I gotta say.
No!
Oh my god.
Poor Will cried. That's a threat.
That's a threat and a promise.
Look, all you gotta do is just not let Akira go hungry, cause you know.
Well, in
Yeah,
any
we
case,
continue onward.
yep, you press
Continue
onward.
through the sewers.
Go ahead and make another check with advantage. Survival.
And guidance. Oh,
Yay! What does guidance give? It's a 23.
23. Ooh, alrighty. Well, with this, you are, as you continue onwards, you kind of come across on like sort of a forked path where the sewers kind of split diagonally, and upon one side, you don't need much effort to try and listen to hear the grumble of and growling of something large and unpleasant further down. To which, it's very clear. It's like whatever's down there is rather dangerous. However, you are more familiar with the area, and you know that these pipes, or that this area reaches, like, kind of splits off, but then it meets back up further down, and you do actually recall where to go to reach back to it, if you choose to go down the not spooky path with the growling monster.
I mean, well, Akira would be like, oh hell yeah, she's got passengers, so she's gotta be safer.
Oh,
Yeah, we've got these
I'll
puppies and
consider
a
it.
kitten. Are you gonna let them get in danger? Look at this puppy. It doesn't have a
I
face.
mean, one
It's
of
an
them's
orb of
looking like
light.
a
It's a
snake right
wolf.
now, so you know.
It's an orb of light. It doesn't have a face. But Cora's like, look at this puppy. Would you put
Yes,
him in danger?
yes.
Would you
Yes.
hurt him?
Yeah. But yeah, she will attempt to not go in the path of the monster,
Very well.
regardless of his feelings on it.
It will take a little more time, but you're determined to get to an area which is, I guess for lack of a better description, but it's almost kind of like a settlement that you are like, okay, I think there's an area, like a little rest stop area ahead where there's people that won't try and kill you, most likely.
I mean,
Well-
taking a look at Akira, like, good luck, buddies, if you try to try to kill her. I don't know if a small village at this point could kill Akira. To be real.
True. But in any case,
Yeah.
make a survival check with advantage.
And
Let's see.
guidance.
With guidance. Guidance
Guidance.
says it's a 15. Yeah, that's 15.
15. Okay. Also, I need 1 second because I have dropped a similar colored D4 on the ground, and now I must be
Oh,
wary because it is a
no.
freaking caltrop.
Oh my god.
Oh.
You're gonna
yeah.
you're gonna die.
Yeah. So your DM might not make it after this one. Sorry, guys.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Hazards.
Yep. Unfortunately, I
That's
have
being a DM.
imposed a challenge. What the hell?
I will say that since Cora's back in his
Oh, there
armor,
it
we're
is.
gonna have a hard time sneaking around. Just a heads up.
That's fine.
Found it.
He's got his sandals back on, and they're really loud.
Okay. Well, your DM is safe. Turns out that when the die fell, it fell on the side of my chair and landed perfectly in like a little thing to sit flush
Oh, At
on.
least it's not on the floor.
So it is not on the floor, and it is not a stepping hazard for me. Thank God.
Thank goodness.
Yay.
Stay safe. D4s are evil.
Yes, they are.
Wow,
Hydrate.
I see how it is.
Yeah.
I see how it is.
Have you stepped upon a D4?
I'm
It is
also-
an unpleasant experience.
As if I roll physical dice.
Looks at my physical dice sweats.
I have so many, but I never rolled them.
I have so
Same.
many.
I
And
have.
to be fair, I can understand why they'd be scary because I have metal ones.
Whoa.
Ow!
too.
Whoa. Yeah.
That's a trip to the ER.
Yeah, that's definitely a risk of breaking skin.
I also have a glass desk, so I don't roll them.
That's understandable. That'll scratch up the desk, if not break it.
But I'll also inform your neighbors you're playing D&D.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Just gonna hear clanking all night long.
Clank. Roll for initiative. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, you rolled a 15, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I will do. All right. So, no monsters and no dangers. However, there is you do come across an obstacle, and
Oh.
it's partly unpleasant. But there is a I wouldn't call it like a not quite a portcullis, but you know there's a sewer grate area,
Oh.
and the graded off section is rather not just closed up, it's been dammed by all sorts of debris and just junk and stuff that's just gummed up. And Akira, you know that in order to get past this, the grate doesn't reach all the way to the bottom, and it's but the water here goes deep in this particular stretch, so you basically have to submerge into the water, and then go past it, go under the grate, and then past all of the stuff that's gummed up in the grates, essentially, and then pop out on the other side.
Oh
Alright,
my.
guys, who's ready? Who's ready to do
No.
this?
It is a long swim through not so pleasant waters.
This isn't
Oh
gonna go
my
well.
god, this was we were training for this, guys! We trained for this! Oh no. Just
no.
realized
Swim.
some people didn't get their swimming training.
Yeah.
Honestly, during that season, went in the water, but she didn't swim.
Oh, she just sort of bobbed. in the water,
Yeah.
like,
Sorry to break it to you, but like an hour or two in water isn't gonna teach Taylor how to swim.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
A little bit longer than that. Or,
And even though in 40 you could like swim indefinitely, you also can't see.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, we can bring the
Like
dancing
core?
lights.
Yeah, but
A core, sorry. Yeah.
yeah, at least for core, core can't drown.
Yeah, exactly.
Core, you'll be okay
mean-
with going under the water. Barring the hole, you're under nasty, gross, icky water,
Yeah, it's yucky.
and you'll still have to maneuver through very the grime in this water is like you can't see in it. However, you'll just simply have to try your best at navigating it, but you won't be at threat of drowning. The rest of the party will have those issues, and in addition to that, have to hold their breath fairly long. As
Well, perhaps what we should do is this. If Akira explains we have to go in, I think Core will suggest. Do any of you have any rope? Because it might take me a few minutes, but I can kind of bumble my way through and tie a rope. That way you guys can follow along afterwards.
I can send in the lights after you, right?
I
I
think so.
like that idea.
Akira should probably go second to try to like dislodge most of the stuff, especially since she's the biggest in the party. If she can fit through shit, the rest of the party can fit through shit.
That is fair.
Well, yeah. Do any of you have any rope?
The Dungeon Years pack, I forgot what's inside. I'm assuming there's rope.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure there. Actually, I have rope too. I forgot.
Yeah.
I took the
50 feet.
adventurers. I
Yeah,
took the adventurer's kit, not the
No, I do not actually have a rope.
Oh, okay.
mm,
But
Wait,
I have 50
I have the
feet,
dwarf
so
hat.
it's
Hold on.
Yeah. I
Hey,
have
there's the
50 as
rope.
well.
Whoa.
have
you
rope.
got about 100
Okay.
feet between the two of you.
And then the mouse just kind of like vibes and floats through the gate or the portcullis.
Yep, the
Was
mouse
the
could
mouse
just
okay?
the mouse is fine. Just kind of swims across the
Oh.
dirty water, climbs up on the grates, and hops
Yeah.
over the debris.
Oh, it's because of that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll put the cat down and wish it the best of luck.
Yep. And the cat looks up, meows, and just kind of hangs out. It's just like, all right, I guess I'll vibe here.
Yeah,
Oh.
If
I
I try
guess.
to put it anywhere near the
Do
water,
we
it
think
just start
50
hissing.
feet rope is enough, or are we gonna need 100 feet?
We can get it back either way.
Yeah.
You'll most likely need at least 100 feet. It's
Okay.
it's a stretch from end to end, and you don't actually have a clear indication of where it's safe to pop out. You just see
That's a
there's
little
just
disconcerting.
grime. Yeah, it's just grime and junk and debris that's kind of been collected up over the grates, and Akira kind of points at this like grate slogged like wall, and is just like, we swim under that.
Hmm. Wow, this should be fun. I guess we'll get the. Who's good at
Oh.
tying knots?
I don't know how to determine
Hmm.
that. Guess arbitrarily.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. What's the knot tying stat?
Whoops.
Yeah.
what that mean?
I don't think we've had use rope in 2 editions, so I'm gonna say sleight of
I
hand.
assume-
No,
Sleight of
I
hand.
won't. I'll just say you're competent enough to tie a rope together.
But I got proficiency in that.
What, tying rope?
Don't have
Sleight of hand.
no sleight of
I
hand.
have proficiency. Never mind.
You too.
I don't
You,
But I
you
also-
I understand.
have rope. I have a hunting trap. Yeah, we'll tie up the
Hunting
rope.
trap.
Yeah, I took the Outlander background,
You
so I have.
just have like a bear trap on you?
I would assume that it's probably not a bear trap. It's a hunting trap. Maybe a simple
Like a
like
snare.
wooden snare or something. Yeah. I don't know if Cora would really keep that on him. I have one,
Just carries
he
around
has
a
it with him.
snare.
especially given his recent disinterest in eating meat. I think he's like, well, I don't need this anymore. I'm not gonna hunt for dinner ever again. So
Not like you're gonna catch much in Broznov anyway.
rats.
Might get a
Right.
rat.
We're eating
Rats.
rats now?
Rats,
I mean,
roaches,
It's better than starving. Oh, roaches.
yeah,
That's
roaches,
a delicacy.
17. Yeah.
small vermin and insecto and not, you
And
know,
Akira,
larger
look
than
what I got.
lar-
I got a dragonfly.
Hmm.
So yeah,
But yeah.
Kor will tie himself up around the waist and give the other end to Akira, the strongest.
All right.
Oh, actually, we should probably tie it to the wall or something.
Word.
It's not too many like things jutting out that makes for a good tie. But
I mean,
Yeah, so
we
I think
should
honestly
probably
holding
re-
it will probably be better.
yeah,
Yeah,
having
we
a
need to retrieve the rope, right? By the end.
Oh, that's true. But the problem is that means that the last person then has to swim through without the rope.
Or with the rope in their hand.
they'll be
right?
holding
oh, that's
it.
true.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, and we'll be
so
holding it on the
basically
other
just-
end. Okay, yeah,
yeah.
that would work.
Yeah.
Kor is equally as empty-headed as I am, so he's like, how is this gonna work? Well, someone have to be without the rope. The logistics don't entirely make sense to him, even though it was his plan to begin with.
Math doesn't add.
Someone never
yeah.
dragged people through water before. Tied up
Um,
through water.
Oh,
Alright.
no, not tied up, no.
Core.
Yeah, so Kor will get in the water.
You
Yucky.
submerge yourself into the uncomfortable water. It is unpleasantly cool and unpleasantly warm at the same time. And
I don't think he would mind the temperature, but it probably feels bad. Like, not good, mucky, disgusting water.
yeah, it is
Yeah.
compared to
Oh,
the
that's nasty.
compared to the ocean water that you were in but a day ago. This is a nightmare. Not to say that the ocean was gross. It was in fact actually pretty clean. This is horrid. quite literally night and day.
Cor will literally make a face before he ducks down, like looking at them like,
Yep.
really? Do I have to do that?
Yep.
But then he will.
Yep.
It's that or the monster.
Is the monster an option?
No, he'll go under. He will.
All right. Roll me a quick con check.
Con check.
Yep.
Alright, that's a natural 18 for a 22.
Very well. Then you are fine. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Perception check. Oh, well, that's an 11, and I cannot cast guidance on myself because I'm underwater, and guidance is a... No, actually, never mind. I can cast guidance on myself.
don't?
I always forget. Guidance is... No, actually, I can't. Never mind. It is verbal.
Verbal component.
There is a verbal component.
You not
So no, I cannot. I don't think I can.
You can't
cast...
talk underwater?
It's
would,
weird. I can breathe underwater, but I don't know if I can talk underwater.
I think the somatic component is too I think it's too muddled in the water. Also,
Well,
one could probably
somatic,
make the
yeah, somatic is just movement, but verbal, I think I have to be able to speak.
yeah.
I don't think I can speak, even though I can breathe underwater. I don't think I can speak underwater.
In addition, I think Kor's character would, or Kor would probably be a little
you wanna
hesitant to
really-
open his mouth in that water.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's
I
like,
don't know
that'll-
if I want to open my mouth in this water.
It's like I might be able to say something underwater, but do I really want to open my mouth in here?
Not here, no.
Mm.
No. So, yeah, I'll take, I think that was a 12? I'll take the 12.
Okay. You stumble around and you're able to catch the brick walls of the chamber, but you're not entirely sure if you're on the correct side or not. You're just kind of, you're kind of flying blind. So you've managed to detect, brick walls essentially. But nothing in particular yet has really shown on whether you've entered through the area or not. You're just like, wall. Okay.
Yeah, I'll keep fumbling ahead, and I'll keep the puppies. the
light
little
puppies.
white puppies.
Go ahead and make another perception.
Okay. Come on, Core. Oh, better. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. And you fumble around, and eventually you do kind of, your hand catches at what feels like the bottom ends of the grate and some of the grime that you kind of get a little bit of, not quite a, your fingers kind of brush against a bit of the grime as well. And there's just a narrow passageway that's like open beneath the bottom of this this like opening, and the top where it's just a thick layer of grime. But it's enough for you to just squeeze past.
Am I able to push at it at all? Or
The
is
grime?
it pretty solid? Yeah. Try to like open up a wider passage. I mean, I'm a pretty big guy, but I guess I'd be worried if Akira could fit through this.
It's, the grime has give, but it's like pushing up against like a lot of weight. So it doesn't, it won't budge too much, but you can try and like nudge it a little bit where it like lets you squeeze past if you're, on the larger side.
Okay. Other than that, I'll just sort of wiggle my way through. Send a little puppy ahead. Like, go, my son! Go! Be free!
All right.
I'll wiggle my way through.
Emerge from the muck.
Make make one more perception.
Alright. Oh. Not bad. 17.
17. Yeah, you're at this point. You feel like you're on the other side. The top layer grime that's overhead kind of acts both as a barrier, but also kind of helps you guide yourself. And as you go further along, you do start to feel like the grime is, rather than just this concentrated mass of dirt and grossness, is starting to have some more give as you're like poking and prodding along. So you're going to like, excuse me, thinner layers.
Mm.
So it seems like you're gonna end up somewhere. You're getting closer to the end. Make one last perception check with advantage.
Advantage. Alright. Oh, that's real bad. With advantage, though. Oh, yeah, that's better. 19. Thank God, I got like a 9 on the
Oh,
first
no.
one. I was like, oh. And that's bad for me. I have a +5, so I rolled a 4. But yeah, I got a 19 for my second.
Well, eventually you
Yay.
do find the end, and you manage to navigate away from any hazards as well. And you pop up on the other side, and you see what appears to be just a simple singular chamber with an iron door that seems to be kind of like locked and held down on the side.
Well, that's gonna be an issue for the others. Am I able to peer through? The rat was able to jump through the grate. Does that mean I could peer back at the group from where I am?
Yeah, there's like about a there's a layer of the grime that stops about head height, and you're able to
Right.
sort of poke up from the other side. And yeah, it is a just long line and layer just in this sewer area. So imagine kind of like this little end piece, and there's just like maybe 20 or 30, maybe 30 or so feet of just like thick layered grime that's almost like solid as like
Oh.
rock.
Is there any place I can see that I could tie the rope off? Because to be honest, I don't know if I entirely trust Core's strength.
There are some sconces near the door.
Okay. Because I think also I want to tie the rope off, and because I know it's such a long swim, I think Core wants to actually be in the water near where he knows things thin out, so that if he has to, he can, like, pull people out, if that makes sense, right? Like, if the rope goes slack all of a sudden, he's gonna reach in there and try to pull somebody through.
All right, so we'll go back down.
Yeah, so I'll tie off the rope. I'll sort of gesture to the others like, "Hey, it's awful, but I made it.
Yep.
I'm alive.
All
You
right.
can start coming through." And then he's gonna
Alright.
hop back in the water and sort of wade there and see if people need help getting through.
All right. Well, this would be Akira because I said
Alright.
she would go net.
You will
Oh,
not
I'm gonna
need a
need luck.
perception check for this since the rope will be guiding
Thank
you.
goodness. Thank goodness.
However, you will be needing constitution checks for this instead.
Right. Well, we'll see how good she does. 19.
19, you are fine, and you, as you proceed, head down into the gross ick water.
Mhm.
And then you follow along the line, and eventually you do make it to the grate. Go ahead and make another constitution save, or check. Not a save, check.
The 21.
21. You're able to keep your breath and keep yourself calm and cooled while in this putrescent water.
I'm sure she's done this fucking thing before.
And
Probably done this
yep.
before.
Squeezing past the grate, you use the rope and the upper crust wall above you to guide you along. Make one last check.
Alright, let's see. A 22!
You're totally fine. And then you plop out on the other side.
And Cora's just sort of standing there. uncomfortably in the water, but he's there. Like,
Yeah.
I'm here just in case. This is awful. This
Yeah.
is the worst. Why did I agree to this?
I
I'm gonna go back to
think
the ocean.
Akira would help support the rope even more. I think.
Well, the rope is tied up. We
Yeah,
don't
it's
mind.
tied up, but like just in case, just kind of like
Yeah,
hold the rope.
keep an eye on it. Maybe you can like where it's tied up. You like in case it comes undone, you're there to grab it.
Actually, I think she would just kind of like grab it already, just in case. So if it does give way for whatever reason, she already has it.
The cat.
So, yeah.
The cat betrays you. Cuts the rope.
Oh.
No, don't do that.
All right,
who's
who's
next?
Look at Taylor.
Sure.
It's gotta be 3 checks. One for submerging into the water, and then one under the grate and one under the crust wall. The cat, of course, kind of looks up at you and gives an expectant meow, and as you start to sort of go into the water.
The cat's going in the water?
No, it's meowing at Taylor.
Oh, it's like, don't go where I can't follow, because I'm not getting in that. Absolutely not.
The cat is smart. We are not.
Committed
Well,
now.
Well, I guess we have
mean,
lost a cat friend.
Oh.
Les is trying to come with me, but I don't. I'm gonna.
That's all.
I gotta. I can't take care of a cat down there too.
No, I don't think it
Pat
wants
the
to
cat.
go.
That's just
Say
saying,
your
like,
goodbyes.
Yep.
It's the cat.
It meows
Hi.
as
Oh, dear.
as you give him a pat, and oh god.
Oh no.
Oh
Yeah, it's
lord,
not
all
coming.
of us are just like, oh no.
Oof.
Mm.
Let's see. So roll
Fitting.
a 5.
You can't swim well. Or
It's,
like at all.
No.
As you accidentally take down a couple gulps of gross water.
Oh.
Oh.
You spit it back out, but then you proceed. But you will take. You'll
Oh,
unfortunately
God.
take 8 necrotic damage.
Oh no.
What
This
necrotic?
water, this water does necrotic damage. Holy
This shit is
shit.
tainted.
Oh my god, I thought it would be like acid damage or something. Necrotic?
I would
Oh,
have.
crap.
I would have thought poison, but necrotic.
Necrotic.
I felt
Terrifying.
necrotic was a bit more appropriate given all things.
Oh my, wait,
Absolutely
vile.
this water is made of dead people.
This
Water
water's.
is people.
I mean, wouldn't be too surprising. The gangs will have to drop off their bodies somewhere.
Oh no.
So yeah, everybody realizes that we're wading through people. Akira's the only one unfazed
It's
by
worse.
No, it's getting worse.
Go ahead and make another
There's
con check.
literally only
God.
one thing I did.
Oh, you did? What'd you roll?
Worse.
Should
Fantastic.
Akira be, like pulling you through?
Roll the one.
That's another 6 damage.
On the bright side, I can't do worse.
Fair.
Wow.
Go ahead and keep trudging through.
Natural 20.
You're just fuck this. You're like fuck this. I'm out of here.
What did I just witness?
Pain.
A crime.
You witnessed emotional damage.
Well,
Oh my god.
despite your fumbled attempts in the beginning, you sink down into the water, accidentally gulp down a few bits of it, and spit it back out, but not without suffering horrendously. Delve back down, suck in a few more gulps by accident as you reach the grate, and stick your head back up, and then once again take out all of the gross water you accidentally inhale. And then finally, you look at the wall, and then you take one deep breath, and then you just hold your breath for as long as godly possible, and you trudge through the nasty water, and you're out the other side.
Scurrying up onto the walkway.
assume Cor would have heard the coughing from the other side, so he'll do his best to pull Taylor out, like he's reaching in, like rasping around, trying to like just yank her out on the other side.
Yeah, she's just gonna, sit on the ground a second and clear out her lungs and throat.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Alright, so next time the monster, okay guys?
Agreed. Monster.
I'm gonna BRB real
Alright,
quick to get
well.
some water though.
Okay.
Last one!
Last
All
one,
I'm
and
picturing is that one scene from
I
Golden
guess I
Boy.
could technically help by literally pulling her in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
could do that. The cat meows at you as well, Seiza.
Oh my god. No one's around. I furiously pet the cat.
Oh my god. Unbeknownst to you, we can all see you. There's a little grate.
It doesn't know that.
And we're watching expectantly, trying to make sure you're gonna make through, okay? And we're just like, oh, she's petting the cat. That's so cute.
Oh, noticed it. No. Yeah.
As soon as Seiza starts going under, start pulling her in.
The cat gives you a bewildered look after you pat it and scampers off.
Just like kneel down. I truly am evil.
No. It hangs around after you pat it, and then afterwards it kind of meows, gives you a very like, oh, there's something, and then like, fucks off.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, cat. Goodbye, Dusk.
Guys, we have to
So-
get Seiza a kitty cat. Or a puppy or something.
You
She
sure
needs
you
a
want
pet.
that? Kira's the pet. Wait.
We don't want
mind.
Kira as a pet. She's our
You know-
friend. We need to get Seiza a friend, a pet,
No.
a little
It's
dog.
fine.
We do.
Anyways, do you descend the waters?
Yes. So,
Go ahead and make a con check.
Okay. This is going to be fun. I only have a
Believe
plus
in
2.
you.
I
Oh.
don't.
Oh,
No.
Good luck.
what'd you get?
5.
Ow.
5.
I'm pulling
Total.
her as fast as I possibly can, man.
Well, your tugging is kind of helping. We'll say it kind of makes the experience, while still equally dreadful, go a little faster. But you will still take
Look.
a 5 damage, but the damage was reduced after the fact.
Hmm? Okay.
You take 5 necrotic damage. However, this damage was reduced because the cure is kind of tugging you along. Go ahead and make another check.
Ooh.
Also, that gif is amazing.
Oh no.
It's very appropriate.
I mean, it went up.
It went up by
Technically.
What we got?
What is happening? 6.
Okay. Just gonna roll 2 dice. Oh. Okay, well, you are getting this reduced, but you take 9 damage.
Oh my god.
And
It's
it's
okay,
not
I
reduced
think
by
it's
half, it's reduced by a certain amount.
Okay. Okay. Did you want me to roll one more time?
Yeah, sorry, one more time.
Okay. 20?
There we go.
Well,
Why is
what
it
is-
that both Taylor and Seiza have the same shit where it's like 2 god awful rolls and then one really good roll at the end?
Because they suffer
guys-
and then want to
Wait,
get out.
you guys
Yeah.
learned how to
It's
slay
your-
at the very end. You're like,
Yeah,
wait a
because
minute.
they're like, oh fuck.
Oh my god, I can't believe it. The thing where you throw someone in the deep end, it actually works.
The
It
deep
does.
end theory works. They just gotta struggle a little bit.
Don't know
Drink
if
a little
I'd-
bit of
Yeah,
death
it
water.
I don't know
does.
if I'd call that
Yeah.
flailing as swimming, but sure.
Never again. Please.
Mila agrees. Never again. Next time we have to choose between this and some random monster, we're fighting the thing.
Or fighting the monster. Ah,
Well, in any case, yeah, standing before you is a seemingly closed iron door.
Let's see if I can convince it. Otherwise,
Oh. Does anybody... Are you two okay? Are you alright? Look at Taylor's face. I know the water was awfully gross, but you guys were coughing quite a bit. You didn't swallow any, right? Probably really not good for you.
oh,
I'd rather not speak of it.
Hmm.
yes, this stays between us.
I mean, I won't tell anyone else, but do you need me to help you out? Are you okay?
Ah. Are you offering to heal?
Yeah.
Is that what this is?
Yeah. How much damage did you guys take? Are you okay? Do you
Another
need me to heal
hydrate.
you?
I'm okay.
I mean, yeah.
Really.
I know this is a poorly appropriate time, but I got another hydrate redemption.
Oh no.
Okay. Oh my.
Good luck.
Hope your water's good.
Delicious sewer water.
Yum.
Yum. It's got all the
Yeah,
spices.
Do you guys need healing? How are you doing?
36 out of 50. I should be fine.
Okay. How about
I actually have
Kayla?
a Dark Heresy story that's related to this.
Oh,
Okay.
true.
God.
Later if I remember. I'm
Just
missing
take-
14.
Okay. Do you want healing? Do you need
I
healing?
would love healing.
Okay, I give
You guys took
Kayla
quite a
some
bit of damage.
healing. I'm gonna do a cure wounds
13, I think,
on...
as well.
Looks at my HP. Looks
Oh,
away.
wow, that's embarrassing. I rolled a fucking 1 on the healing. Kayla, you get 6 healing.
It's just one of those days.
And I will, you know what, I'll go ahead and burn a cure wounds for Seiza too. Oh,
Thank you.
well, this is awkward. Now people are gonna accuse me of favoritism. I rolled a 6, so that's 11.
Oh,
To be fair,
goodness.
she took more damage, so you know.
Didn't we
Maybe?
take the same amount?
Shh, shh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Wait, I did write this down. Let's see. Kayla took 6, and then 8, and Seiza
I took
took
14 total.
Yeah,
5,
so we
and
took
then
the same
9.
amount.
Yeah, the same amount, the exact same amount.
It's okay. It's okay.
The
You
dice
said-
are... Guys, why do you do this to me? They're gonna accuse me of favoritism.
It's okay. Akira won't, as she's trying to convince the door to open.
Let me know if you guys feel weird later on. I don't want you to get sick.
Will do.
Nothing as of yet.
Okay, just
Well-
keep me informed. I can always help you guys out if you fall ill.
You
Yeah.
didn't worry about that.
But yeah, boss, may I convince the door to please open?
Well, since you guys are all here, I can actually go in full detail about this. This is a rather well reinforced door, and it's got several patterns of rivets that really imply that it's gonna take quite a lot to well, even land a dent on this thing. However, at the top of the door, or about head height, is what appears to be like a little slide window.
God,
Uh,
why?
Yeah,
Someone's
did that-
home?
Hello?
Wait, was that just me, or did it cut off all of a sudden?
Oh,
Hello?
did we all
Nothing.
like?
It's the last thing.
The last thing I heard was there's a slide window, and then
Just
nothing
dead
after
silence.
that. Dead
Okay.
silence, and I was
Was
like,
that the last thing?
Was
I
that?
thought
Yeah,
that
it
was
was.
the last thing.
Yeah, that was pretty much the
I
last
thought
thing.
that was...
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I heard like a weird noise, and I was like, uh-oh, did I just disconnect? Did we disconnect?
Yeah, I
okay.
heard beep, but that's it.
Yeah, I heard something like a pop, and I was like, What was that?
Yeah, I heard that as well.
Huh. You're just gonna kind of look at that and just knock on the door? Question mark?
Um, hmm. Well, you knock on the door, and there doesn't appear to be any response.
Hmm. Can I open the slide window from this side?
Um, no, there's no like thing to grab on it. Looks like it's from the other side, but you could try to pry it.
I mean, at this point, that's probably all I can do is try to pry it open. If I can't pry open the door, try to pry something else.
Um, go ahead and make. It'll be a sleight of hand check since it's gonna be something dexterous.
Alright, let's see. Can I do this? Wait. 13.
Yep.
Not bad for a barbarian.
Yeah, you are able to sort of. How do you do this? How do you try and pry it? You just kind of try
Probably
and wedge
with
your
my
fingers.
fingies.
Okay,
You could probably use
so
one of your claws to sort of like wiggle
Yeah.
in there, right?
Exactly, yeah.
you sort of wedge your pointed fingers and get your claws in, and eventually it starts to give a little more and a little more, and then you're able to get a whole like hit, several fingers kind of through and sort of push it to the side, and it gives some resistance as you do, and there's a bit of clicking, like like there was some kind of holding mechanism, but your your strength is obviously more than enough, even at the awkwardness of your prying, to sort of be held back. And eventually, someone does kind of show up, and they say, "Hey, hey, hey! That's enough! That's enough! What do you want here?"
Yeah.
And
Akira just kind of like looks through the window. It's like, just trying to get back home.
are you a dweller?
Yeah?
Kind of like kind of like it's a man in rags, obviously, and you can see he's got holding in his hand. He's actually got a rifle, like ready to shoot you.
Yeah.
But he's just like back up from the door a little bit, and you get a good look.
She will back up.
And eventually you hear the clicking, and you get a good look of the man's face. Definitely looks like a rather weary and disheveled man in rags, whose eyes poke out, and he looks at you, and he looks at the lot of you, and he's just like, "Well, you might be a dweller, but what's with the gang?"
Dwellers compatriots, I guess.
You not look like dwellers, do you?
Well, you might smell like them.
Water will do that to you.
How's that to everybody? Alright. We're gonna have to look you guys over, but we'll let you on in, provided there's no trouble.
The
Not
rat
in
scurries
Canada.
into the collar. Like, ah, yes, I get back into the collar.
Oh, what does that mean?
But
Or-
yeah.
Specifically does not say anything. Because he's like, if I open my mouth, this man is going to take one look at me and be like, get the fuck out. Who are you?
Get out of here. Get out of our sewers.
You don't belong here.
He's like, you clearly have some other intentions.
So he'll say, he pleads the fifth. He'll say nothing.
But yeah, you hear, the little door plate closes, and then you hear from the other side just a bit of chatting, like, "Hey, we got some incoming. I'm gonna need some folks to check them over." and afterwards you hear the shuffling of more people, and afterwards the clicks and clanks of the reinforced doors locks slowly coming apart, and then the door opening, to which you see several of these ragged, disheveled men, about 8 of them, all armed with also a variety of either rifles or pistols or some kind of crude but still, some kind of weapon. They're not like ready to fight you, but they're just like kind of on guard. As the man in the front gestures and he says,
Fair
"One at a
enough.
time."
Yeah. Well, Akira's at the front, so she might as well go first.
All right. And with that, they say that they're basically just gonna inspect you for anything and just kind of look you over.
I guess she technically has her axe, but it's like obviously not out. She don't need that shit. That shit's decoration.
Yeah. And yeah, they don't take any of your stuff, but they do kind of make note of what you are carrying. Akira, and they're just like, all right. It's like, all right, well, you're clear. Just wait on this side until the rest of you come through, and then he gestures to the next person over.
We boarding a plane? What the heck?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
TSA.
TSA.
They are TSA patting you down.
Oh my god, I can't believe Akira's got that pre-check approval, so she gets like the very brisk pat down,
Yeah.
like it's barely anything. They're just like, alright, fine, go on.
I mean, Akira's
rest
not
of
really
us-
carrying much.
They're gonna look at our fucking passports. They're like,
alright,
let me
where were you
see,
born?
ID,
Get a pat down.
passport, pat
Yeah.
take off your shoes, put up your arms.
Go into the X-ray machine.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
they'll they
Who's gonna be next?
yeah.
I'll
I'll
go.
go.
Oh,
Alright.
you go.
I'll go.
They, and same fashion, you're kind of inspected, your inventory is more or less kind of taken, and they kind of are just like, alright, that's, you're good to go. And then they go on and so forth. I'll just kind of hurry this along, but he kind of, after the last of you guys are checked through, and they say like, it's just like, all right, you're clear. Just don't want any folks causing trouble coming through. We've been having a lot of syndicate members moving goods through here, and the last thing we want is gangs moving through our area. So, apologies about the heightened security, but it
So what was about?
it
Oh.
takes a little it's a little strange for anyone coming down here to the guts without a reason.
Yeah, fair enough. I I did not know that though. I don't blame you then. Oh, we keep clear of that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah, we are
Nice.
not affiliated with any of the gangs.
Well,
Indeed.
it's fine if you are, fine if you're
Here's
not.
her own.
As long as you're
Here's
not
her own
causing us
force to be
trouble.
reckoned with.
The gangs up top have all been nothing but trouble, and folks down here want no part in anything that Broznov's gets up to, especially these days. Most of the folks down here were either criminals themselves, but they're not quite keen on coming back up top for personal reasons. The last thing we want is other gangs coming down here, or in particular any bounty hunters either. We believe that folks down here all kind of deserve that kind of peace. You should know that yourself if you're a dweller. Kind of points to you,
Yep.
Kira.
Yep. Exactly why she came down here.
Not to mention,
Didn't wanna be
nothing much else down here except for monsters. God knows the aberrations that skulk around in here.
Generations.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Kid just kind of nods knowingly.
There are monsters down here.
Yeah.
I was
Sure,
aware of
yep.
that, but
That's why we chose the other way. Or rather, she chose the other way.
Cora looks a little pale. Monsters?
monsters.
Monsters.
Actual legitimate monsters. Horrifying things too.
Mm.
either visitors from off the ocean or things grown in here. Well, not here, but you know they kind of made homes here as well. In any
Yep, that's
case,
great.
what brings you lot here?
Well, you certainly were correct, and everyone is down here for a reason, because we are. Though nothing all nefarious. In fact, hopefully very helpful to someone. Or, you know, good natured. We're looking for a missing child. If you have heard a whiff of anything of that sort, of a child running away or being abducted, coming down here.
Well, we do get runaways coming down here. Don't think of there being any kids come around here, running from topside. Suffice to say, most kids don't end up turning themselves up alive when they come down to the guts. Most cases. No, we haven't had any kids come up in months now.
Hmm.
I see.
No,
There are lots of entrances, right?
plenty. Lots of little holes and little side chambers, maintenance doors that are, well, they might be checked or barred. Can't keep them all closed forever.
Hmm. Especially tempting for someone so small.
Match that with the corridors passing through here. I suppose you probably it's makes things difficult when suddenly the place you're living in changes its shape or its layout.
Mm, yeah, that's a little concerning, of course.
Yeah, it's just part of living down here. But yeah, as for you guys remember the corridor, that little thing that you
Yeah.
guys went through in
Yeah.
part 2
Yep.
of session 1. It's down here too.
Great. So it's a labyrinth down here, but also magical labyrinth sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a magic labyrinth, and sometimes
Good
you'll
luck.
just wake up and your house is just set up like the neighborhood in the sewer that you're living in suddenly goes from one shape to another.
Oh.
So sometimes doors
Amazing.
that lead in here will be different.
Pog. Not Pog.
Not very pog, but also kind of pog. In any case, it's can't keep track of everything down here, but we do what we can. If you want to learn more about missing kid, though, most of the caretaker is down here. Um, there's a there's a caretaker here by the name of Ms. Annie, and maybe she'll be able to tell you more.
Yeah. Right.
That sounds promising.
Yeah. Um, and this layout of this city is city. This layout of this I guess settlement is kind of it's more like a long hallway with a kind of like a T cross section in the middle that juts out briefly, but it doesn't go very far as it like closes itself off. So you have this long hallway with like little alcoves, and there's just like homes and shacks that are just kind of like dotting around the area. There is a stream of water that goes down the middle, but it's very shallow. It's not even ankle deep. That kind of runs through, and at the very end of that long stream, you see sort of like you could see it in the distance, like a maybe uh, I would say it's more maybe like 300 feet down. There is a pipe runoff that has the water kind of pouring through, and there seems to be like this little pool area that it gathers in, and then it just goes down this little roadway, and there seems to be some kind of like device sitting at the pool. kind of sticking in and out of the water.
If I look at the device based on my experience with the hydroponics at the tower, is it some kind of like purifying device, or is it like? Can I try to guess what it's for? Are they trying to purify the water? Is it like a dam or a pump or something?
It looks to be just kind of at a glance. It looks like it's like a purifier of sorts. So all the water that's running through here is actually relatively clean. It looks like they kind of like took actually one of the devices that you're familiar with, and it's just been sort of rigged and messed with and modified somewhat crudely, and yeah, it's been more or less I wouldn't say repurposed, but modified for a more intended purpose. So they kind of took a farming like a farming thing and turned it into a purifier for the settlement.
Carl will just sort of, he won't say anything to them, but he'll just sort of like nod in approval, like, "Oh, nice setup, nice."
Yep. But yeah, other than that, it's a rather quiet area. Most of the folks down here are either working on some sort of craft or making making food or minding their business. Some onlookers kind of look to you and mix of curiosity and fear, but others seem to just kind of pay no mind. Everyone seems to be, everyone is wearing rags and otherwise like not really ideal clothing. A lot of them have like damp wrapped shoes that are just sort of constantly being maintained, and yeah, it's not pleasant, the sights.
Damn.
But
That's rough.
yep. But the place is illuminated with faint luminescent lights that either hang from these little shacks or from a collection of luminescent fungal growths that appear on the ceilings.
Ooh, Core's gonna want some of that. Mushrooms?
Yep.
Mushrooms?
Mushroom. Yeah, home sweet home.
Mushroom.
Yeah.
Mushroom.
There's a, I don't know if there'll be a moment, but if there is, Core will try to collect some spores.
You'll have to climb for it, but yeah, you could definitely get some.
Akira,
Yes.
can you do me a favor if there's time?
Depends on the favor.
If I give you this vial, I'll pull out a little glass vial. Can you give me some of the spores from that one of those mushrooms? Or, if that's too complicated, can you just stuff one of those mushrooms in here? And I'll get
It's
the
just
spores
like-
from it later.
Just like horse. Sure. I guess I'm going to be collecting mushrooms now.
Core will give you his best puppy dog eyes.
Guess I am collecting the mushrooms.
Yay!
But yeah, after collecting mushrooms, we go and try to find the lady.
Core will happily put the vial away for later.
And then we wait for the DM to say something.
I think we... DM, are you there?
I
Can
am
you
there.
hear us? Okay.
Yeah.
You guys proceed.
Where?
Yeah, we proceed.
We take our mushrooms and we look for Annie. That's what's her name, right? Annie?
Annie?
Lady Annie.
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 Hmm.
Well, you collect some of the fungal growth that's growing on the walls and ceilings, and proceed downwards, and eventually the various shacks are, a lot of the people that are standing near them, they kind of like, they, as you approach them, kind of look at you guys and kind of huddle together, and some of them rush into their shacks, just kind of like, okay, we don't, there might be trouble, so we're gonna go away. While other people are just kind of like sitting and kind of trying not to catch your attention and sort of, avoid your gaze.
Hmm.
You do, however, eventually reach closer towards the pool side where the purifier is, and there is one sort of ramshackle building that looks fairly large and more built into an alcove, like it takes up a whole alcove itself. There you see a few kids kind of running around and playing around and climbing on the sides of the thing and sort of jumping around up and down on it. And as you approach, some of the kids they notice you and quickly scamper into this large house, and some of them kind of climb just kind of somewhere out of reach, or supposedly where they think they're out of reach from you, and kind of look onward curiously.
Well, we press on. We got a lady to find.
Mhm.
Yeah, we got a lady to find.
Well,
That we do.
doing our best to hopefully reassure them that we're not really out here to cause any problems.
Yeah.
But if they want to just vibe too, they can feel free to continue vibing.
You guys talk to the kids, or Taylor, you talking to the kids?
Hmm. I mean, if you want to, Taylor. Kira's just gonna waddle over to the building.
Maybe we talk to. Well, I guess I'm assuming now. Maybe talk to the caretaker first.
We gotta find
We
her
can try-
first.
Yeah, we can try kids later.
Alrighty. I forgot to mention on this, but this is the place for this is Lady Annie's place.
Right.
Hmm?
But
Oh yeah,
this,
I figured.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what I mean. Like, we talk to her first, then maybe might help us not spook the kids or something.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You head on inside
It will
then.
probably be a good source of information, but yeah, we'll talk now. Make sure that she knows that we're here, and we'll probably be asking around so that we're not just. It doesn't seem off.
Yeah, stranger danger.
Being strangers.
We'll talk to parental figure.
Very well. You head on inside, and you are immediately greeted by the smell of something warm bubbling, like a stew of sorts. It's the first pleasant smell you've had down here since entering.
Oh, goodness.
And you hear the gentle humming of a woman, off kind of like coming from another, from one of the other rooms. But you're in
Oh,
what appears
goodness.
to be kind of like a, I wouldn't say a foyer, but kind of like a makeshift foyer. There's no upstairs really, but there's it's more like if the upstairs has like a small ladder to climb up to, and it's not really that tall. It's like very crammed. Like the floor and the floor and ceiling are very close to each other on the second floor because it's all compact.
Well, just gonna call out so that she knows there's visitors. No, just more or less shout a hello to the building.
Yep. You hear, oh, just a minute, and very briefly, after a very brief pause, you hear or you see kind of like in slightly less, but still rags and rough clothing, is a half-elf woman who greets you. and she looks at you guys like, "Oh, visitors. What can I do for you?"
A we are looking for a child that may have run away and potentially may have come down here. You know of? Well, I guess have anyone here? Do you know of anyone here who has recently joined? Any children?
Anyone recent? Well, it's
Or from elsewhere, perhaps?
I'm not too sure. What's the kid look like?
I
We
will
have the
bring out
paper
that.
still, yeah.
Yeah, I'll bring out the paper. It's a little bit soggy, but still good.
And yeah, the lady looks at the soggy but otherwise still well detailed and well maintained image, and she says, "Oh, I know this. I remember this one. Yeah, Little Fawn. That was their name. They turned up
For me,
about a month ago. Um, and well, he was a bit of a strange one, but we still liked him nonetheless, and he did well, or they did well." It's like,
And are they no longer around? Did they move on?
um, she has a very like hesitant, like kind of like an uncomfortable look as she thinks. She says, "Oh, well, Fawn, there's a man that Fawn went with by the name of Sengo in here, and well, um, I guess one day Fawn wanted to go topside. Uh, Sengo's the only one who's really been out and about and knows how to get his way there and back. Um, but after their little travel, they neither of them been back here since. Um, well, Sengo's been coming and going, but kind of. We haven't spoken to him since he brought Fawn topside."
Oh, well, perhaps we have to talk to this Sengo then.
Oh, sure. He lives just a few shacks down. Um, Rather quiet man. Keeps to himself. Uh, he, I would be careful around him. He's I wouldn't say skittish, but he gets I suppose not nervous, but well, he doesn't quite like groups of folks. He says that it gets him dangerous, I suppose.
okay, only one person then.
Who wants to go talk to him?
She kind of like leans forward, like kind of like come a little close,
Mhm.
and just like,
We'll,
"So,
we'll lean.
like, did something happen to Fawn up above?"
We don't know actually. We just know that he went missing. We don't have any, unfortunately, little information on anything surrounding the being missing.
Okay.
How long did they say this kid had been missing for, by the way?
Well, Date's missing kid report was as of about 3 days.
Okay.
She said that this kid turned up about a month ago, up until Sengo was just like, we're gonna go topside."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm trying to piece together if it was he went topside, ended up in the orphanage, and then went missing 3 days. Like, what's the order, right?
yeah. So, from what she mentioned specifically with Fawn and Sengo, Fawn Sengo brought Fawn topside, and they haven't really spoken since. Um, for about a week. This was like last week. Like in terms of time, like in terms of this timeline.
So
Okay.
she was good in the surface in an orphanage, and then she disappears after a few days. That's what it sounds like.
So wait, so Fawn appeared here a month ago. A
Yep.
week ago, they went up to the top, and the kid never came back. And then 3 days ago, went missing from the orphanage.
Yep.
Up top, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
So
found
basically,
themselves up in an
yeah, I
orphanage
see.
and then vanishes from it.
Interesting. Okay.
Sounds complicated.
Yep.
That it is.
Oh boy.
But in any case, Sengo should be in his shack. But yeah, I'd be wary with talking with him. He's not very much of a people person.
Wait, who wants to talk to him?
Oh no.
I mean, if you want, Akira can try talking, because, well, she's the most local out of everybody here, so.
True. Perhaps we should let Akira give it a go. I'm pretty sure he's gonna take one look at me and just laugh.
Alright, I will try talking to him by myself, so I don't know where everybody else is gonna go, but.
In the background. We're just in the background.
I'm gonna look at some mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
Yeah.
Mushrooms.
I will try to talk to him.
Very well. You approach the. You go down, and about a few shacks down is a rather small and rather decrepit shack that kind of sits in one of the darker spots of this otherwise illuminated settlement. Like it's like the growths have been like they don't really grow here, or whatever growths are here have been somewhat picked clean. Some intentions of, you know, they just wanna sit in darkness.
Yep. I don't need to turn on a light, so.
Yep. You approach the door,
Yep, approach the door.
and before you even able to reach up and knock at the door, which is this rather dilapidated and you know, it's creaky and it doesn't fit like properly on the actual like door frame. It kind of hinges a bit, and it's like the wood is definitely like falling apart or mismatched. You hear a deep voice call out from the other side, and says, "To what do I owe a visitor?"
Kira just goes straight to the chase, just like, I'm looking for someone. Heard that they were last with you about a week ago? Kid?
The door creaks open, and just a slight bit, and you can see a pair of glowing gold eyes, and because of your dark vision, the rather pale complexion of a drow looking at you. And he has a rather serious look as he, um, well, not quite deadpan, but you know, he kind of looks at you and says, "You looking for a kid?"
Yeah. Apparently, last we know was with you going topside. then she goes missing a couple days later. Was hoping you know anything about her.
Who sent you?
That was Lady Annie, yeah?
Yeah, Lady Annie. You tell him
Yeah,
Lady
Lady
Annie.
Annie. Yeah.
You can tell this to Lady Annie. I let the kid loose. They wanted to go and see the rest of Broznov.
Alright, so the kid's just out and about, I guess. That's what Akira's thinking out of it, just like, alright, she's off loose.
Guts is no
She's gonna
place
take
for
that
a
at
kid
face
like that.
value, and
It's like, alright.
what you get for letting Akira do, just like, alright, taking that at face value. The kid was let loose, like, alright. And she just starts to leave. Like, alright,
Oh.
got my answer from him. That's it.
That's the one. Call it.
That's it.
Yeah. Dude is just like, yeah, I let the kid loose. Guts ain't no place for that kid.
Just like, alright, well, thanks. Walks away.
And yeah, and the same careful kind of like the same careful opening it carefully closes. But you can still kind of feel like you're being watched as you walk away from the house.
Fair. I guess I will go up to the others. Be like, well, he just kind of let her loose in Broznov, so he doesn't know anything else more than that.
Oh, just let the poor kid run wild in the city? That's awfully dangerous.
He said that she didn't belong here, so, and to tell that to Lady Annie.
Something doesn't feel like it quite adds up. There's some motive from him or some other occurrence that we're missing.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we need more context, Lady Annie. Let us relay what we have heard,
Yeah, I
or what you
suppose
have
so.
retrieved. Can we do it?
You do that. I actually want to talk to these kids.
Very well. Taylor, you want to talk to the children then?
While they report back to Annie. I want to see
Yeah,
what
of
these
course.
kids might know.
I'm sure
Mhm.
kids can be just as skittish as grumpy old men, so probably better that you go alone.
Being approached by a group of people is scary.
Yeah, even
I
one
also
even-
scream at being approached by a group of people.
Yep.
Even a group
Yeah,
as
it's a mood.
beautiful as we are,
That's even worse.
covered in muck.
Gross, stinky strangers.
I mean, they're not necessarily that much better.
Disgusting, beautiful people.
But in any case, yeah. Um. So the kids are around, playing around, chasing each other, or climbing on things that they probably shouldn't be climbing on,
Kids do.
or doing
Kids be
little
kids.
kid things.
Oh wow.
And you do approach them, and some of them kind of shy up, but there's a few of them that do kind of look at you, and they're like, "Oh wow, it's it's one of the visitors." They kind of eye you with a bit of curiosity, like, "Oh, what are you doing here?"
Would you be willing to humor me some questions?
Um, they're like, do you got any snacks?"
You want snacks that have been submerged into gross ass water?
I would have some snacks. The question is, are they any good?
It depends on how you pack
Can
them.
I take a? It'd be like in a pouch. I don't know if that would matter at all.
I mean, we knew we were
What a
going
little-
down in the sewers, so we probably would have wrapped things up pretty tightly.
Yeah, I'd
Mhm.
say that the stuff you brought has been, you know, for the most part, it, well preserved,
Yeah, just in case we go splishing and splashing.
safe to eat.
It wasn't like we were going to the desert. We knew we were going into the sewers.
Yeah, I'd say you guys kind of prepped for this, so you're not yeah, you don't got
Yeah.
some gross sewer-soaked stuff.
Then yeah, sure. I'm willing to share some of the goods.
What do you offer the kids?
Would be the snacks on the road.
What's Taylor's go-to traveling snack? This is
Mind their
important
bones.
backstory information for all of us to put into our notes.
Dried
Staring.
fruits, I think.
Dried fruits?
Oh,
Well, the kids aren't picky with that,
Something-
if you offer them that.
They'd be like, like banana slivers and such. They're actually kind of sweet too.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
these
that's
kids would
probably
love
as
it.
close as you get to candy down here. So,
Man.
Mhm.
Be like,
nom, nom,
whoa.
nom.
Sure enough,
Oh,
these
top
kids
side
are
snack.
like, yo, what's it like up there? Everyone's like, oh, I hear this, I hear there's a bright light that stays on all the time.
Well, not all the time, but half the time.
So what's the other half like then? Dark like here?
Work. Yeah,
Oh man.
not on.
Oh, at least you get some of the lights some of the time. It's always dark down here.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I prefer the darkness more often than not, though. Just kind of who I am. But in any case, do have some things that I'm looking into that I'm hoping you might be able to help me with, if you're willing.
Okay. Yeah, you'll have advantage for persuasion checks, and obviously you'll ask your question for your persuasion.
Let's start easy. Alright. We'll just go into it. Little Fawn. They're, well, what kind of person they are.
Oh, Fawn? I remember Fawn. Yeah, he was the kid was they, didn't talk a lot. Actually, we gave him the name too. They just kind of turned up and they were kind of weird, but didn't really bug people. Remember Susie actually giving Fawn a little bear, and Fawn really liked it, and then started
That's
actually like doing stuff with us.
That was nice of her. So they're quite good then.
Yeah, Fawn's good.
Did they have any? Despite the quietness, despite how quiet they were or are,
Mhm.
they seem to have any more adventurous tendencies. Did they like to get out and do stuff, or along those lines?
Sometimes, I remember one time we went and Fawn pulled a prank on Lady Annie. We all got in on it too. It was the funniest thing.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing. Checks out.
It was great. We so the the door guard, Jeremy, he comes in every week and checks on the on the food, you know. But one day, um, Fawn, he tricked her real good, and he managed to hide himself, and he when he talked, he made it. He said almost perfectly like Jeremy, you know. And the kid kind of as best in a deep in the door guard's voice, like, I hope the
Yeah.
stew's ready, Lady Annie. But he did it like so well. I almost thought it was him too.
Alright, so he's playful. Did he... Did he ever speak to you, or did you ever overhear him as someone else, or just in general, of wanting to explore around up top?
Uh, Sometimes, yeah. Fawn said that, you know, it wasn't said that they've seen the top side before. It's actually how they came here.
You know what brought them down here?
And the kid shakes their head.
Okay. Uh... Okay, no other questions coming to mind about Fawn. Okay. Definitely appreciate the answers. Though I do have... I have an interest in another individual, too, though. That guy in the shack over there.
In the shack.
So I already forgot his name.
Sengo.
Single.
So this one it'll be a persuasion. I figured everything else is just like, okay, easy questions. These are kids. They like to talk.
Okay, 16.
16. 16 will be enough. And one of the other kids kind of comes up as you're, asking questions, so you got more people to talk to. But the initial kid you talk with, he says, "Oh, yeah, Shisengo. He doesn't seem, he's not a mean guy, but Lady Annie usually says not to bother him.
You fucking weird.
He's yeah. Lady Annie says to stay away from his place and not to bug him." A lot of people think it's one of the other kids. He's like, yeah, it's because he's a boogeyman. I hear that's why he's down here.
Well, I'm not to judge him for his choices, lack thereof, perhaps.
Yep. And of course the other kid is just like, this is like, there's no boogeyman. It's like, dummy. No boogeyman. Especially, Mr. Sango's definitely not one of them.
Yeah, I'm more of a boogeyman than he is.
I can see why you might get that feeling again among some people, but
Yeah.
not that I actually have talked to him yet, so
Well, the other kid's like, oh, well, don't let the boogeyman get you. And he's the first kid is just like, if he, it's like, well, it's like he's not a boogeyman. He hasn't done anything. It's like he's not a scary dude. He doesn't. Boogeyman's not real. And even with that, it's just like, oh yeah, well, why does Lady Annie not like him then? Lady Annie likes everybody here.
well, usually someone who likes people always has at least one they don't like. Some people just don't get along.
Yeah, 'cause they're a boogeyman.
Oh my god, this kid.
Good for them.
Maybe, but you can't just go.
Or, you know, in the habit of taking kids upside and then just leaving them there. Alone.
Boogie, whether or not he's a boogeyman aside, I did hear about how he took on up top.
Yeah. Fawn said that that they wanted to go up top, and I guess Sengo was leaving, and Fawn went with him. And that's when the other kid was like, "Boogeyman got him."
Well, it's true that Fawn didn't come back, but we have some indication that Fawn ended up at an orphanage up top. However,
Fawn's
from there, don't know where they went.
Fawn's missing up top. It's
Yeah.
just the other kid's just like Boogeyman.
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 Alright, kid, here's a piece of candy, so you stop saying boogeyman.
Like, okay.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm saying it like that, but I'm just like gives a piece of candy, so be quiet. Alright.
It's like, okay, I won't do the thing. Oh, hello, Arctic.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Props to the enthusiasm, but I don't need to know about the boogeyman right now.
this kid is just like, I know it's the boogeyman. He's very much the boogeyman. It's like,
Aliens, kid.
it's like he's not around. He's you know, Lady Annie doesn't like him. He goes up top and then comes back every now and again. You must be the boogeyman.
Yeah.
I mean, fair enough, kid. Fair enough.
He's
No,
afraid of the
I'm
I'm
guards
gonna need a little bit
too.
more to go on then.
It's like he's afraid of the guards too. That's why he always stays in his house, plotting his next boogeyman attack.
He just doesn't like people.
He just might not be a people person.
Yeah, it's like, I get where you're coming from, kid, but need
Yeah.
more, something a little bit more concrete than. Trust me, I know.
Well, any other questions for the kids?
A little bit more about Sengo. See, go up top often.
Yeah, he comes up, well, kind of. He comes up sometimes, but he's never out for too long. The guards were worried for a little while that he might be still doing crime things. But apparently he's not. Or if he is, he's not bringing it here. And of course, the boogeyman kid is like really, really trying to say something, but it's like, I agreed not to, but also.
Yeah, said no boogeyman. I can't say anything on criminal activities, but
Yep. It is common knowledge that most of the folks here down in the down in the guts are usually down here because of one reason or another.
Yeah.
Or, because circumstances just simply led to them living down here.
Yeah. Kira is one of them.
Either you're here
One day
because
we
of
will all be.
oh
We're
no.
gonna get in some trouble.
No.
You guys will be committing some heinous crimes. You'll be like, the guts, the only place I can call home.
Better get used to it.
But yeah, this little settlement is pretty pretty quiet, all things considered in terms of that.
I think I can probably cease my questions now. Nothing else is really coming to mind.
Okay.
I could probably settle questions, but it's nothing that they would be able to answer.
Very well. I'll have you link back up with the others with Lady Annie. And the
And,
kids
yeah,
thank you,
Akira's-
and they're like, "Bye, Mister," or "Bye, Miss. Watch out for the boogeyman."
I will.
Except we have the boogeyman in our party, so it's fine.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I am the boogeyman.
In fact,
God.
the boogeyman is our best
You know what?
friend.
Akira would be something like the fucking. They tell the children of the guts, just like, hey, if you misbehave, there's gonna be some dragonborn lady that's gonna eat you. Don't go out at night.
Yeah.
Oh my god, she fucking would be.
Mm.
Flesh-eating dragon will get you.
But yeah. So you head back and meet with
Yep, and I'm gonna tell her what he told me, basically. Yeah. Yep.
Annie. We tell Annie everything we know.
you pretty much confront her and be all like, "Oh, this is
That's
this
what he told me.
this kid is a book. This guy is a. Oh, you tell what
Yeah. What we
The book-
heard from Sango.
It's a book.
Yeah.
The guy's a boogeyman.
So we heard this guy has boogers. Yeah, he's a boogeyman. What does that mean?
Hmm. Hmm.
But yeah, I don't know how she's gonna take it, but yeah, that's what Akira says. Just like, yeah, he said that he just let her up. She let her loose up there.
And of course, naturally, she's not happy to hear this,
Yeah.
and shakes her head, and she's just like, "No, I do not accept this."
Yeah,
And,
self-respecting God already.
with with that, she's just something is it's like, I don't trust that man. It's like, definitely don't believe that's the case. I don't know what he told you, but whatever he did, he's
She
definitely
told him
not
what
true.
he told her. Yeah.
I suspected things might not have been so simple.
Yeah. But I wanted just an excuse to, well, go back to him and be like, well, now what do you got?
Well, Lady Annie says you're full of bullshit. What are you gonna say to that, huh?
Also,
Yep,
are you the
exactly.
boogeyman?
Also, do you have a cold?
Annie's gonna, like, once again, kind of dry you guys in and be like, "Look, I don't want to talk about this too much, but I think if you guys are looking and you're trying to help Fawn, it might be worth telling you guys something then.
What's happening?
Normally this everyone down here, everyone down here's all got something that gave them a reason down here. And I think the reason why, Fawn's gone missing is because of, well, of Sengo's, crimes, so to speak.
Oh, like retribution, perhaps, or?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just worried that, he might have done something to Fawn, like, God's forbid, harm the poor child. But, if the kid's gone missing, then maybe the kid is, maybe things aren't, maybe there's still hope for that kid. But Sengo is, well, was formerly a retired assassin. And, not in the same sense of, just some, like, normal thugs or even, like, some gang members hired muscle. He was apparently one of the really big ones up top. And, well, I don't know what happens. I don't know if he still does it, but, maybe something happened and, well, I don't know. But it's got, call it my intuition, but it has to have something to do with it.
To clarify, am I here for this, or is it just these three?
You come in, yeah. You're here
Yep.
as well.
Well, Akira is like ready to go back to him.
The kids applied something similar. Maybe not task work, but
Well,
it goes up every once in a while. So he,
yeah, we know he slips out now and again, and maybe he is still actively doing his work. We don't ask too many questions about it, and really, honestly, as long as the trouble doesn't come down here, we, won't think or say anything about it. And Zengo's always kind of kept that sort of respect between, the rest of the community down here and himself.
well, hopefully we can convince him that we are in fact just in it for this kid. Whatever he may or may not do, at this moment I'm not terribly concerned about it.
Yeah.
But we did drag a kid into his business, then that's pretty shitty.
Yeah. Well, if nobody has anything to convince Akira otherwise, she's gonna go ahead and identify herself as a problem, and go back over to his house.
Oh
Don't
boy.
break anything.
Oh.
We don't want to like actually cause a scene here.
Well, if it's
I mean,
for
she's
the
just going to go up.
children.
She wants to talk still. Just, well, we tried to do this nicely. Akira tried to think it was just that, you just let the kid go, but it's obviously not the case. So, just wants to know. That's all.
I think Kor's content to let Akira take point on this, but he'll probably stay a little closer to the shack than last time in case things go wrong and he needs to step in and help Akira and or the guy.
Depending on which.
Yeah. We tried to do it the easy way. Now we're gonna do it the really easy way.
Oh boy.
Yep. Akira's gonna go back to his house.
Oh dear.
I will chaperone.
Oh boy.
Excuse us for me.
Yeah.
So
We
Tail's
called
gonna
the
go
fox.
with Akira. Perhaps Seiza and Core will stay nearby but not go in again.
Yeah.
Try to keep things calm at first, at least. Only go in if they have to.
Honestly,
Again.
Akira might be even like to ask Taylor to just stay back with them.
Okay, I just wanna,
Cause just in case things go awry, you don't want to be in Akira's rampage.
don't kill him. Maim him either if you can really help it.
Yeah.
Don't want to
But yeah.
actually cause problems for this community here.
Yeah, Akira doesn't want to either, but well, she's here for a reason, and hearing all of that has made her particularly ticked. So she's gonna go up to his house again.
Yeah, the three of us will hang back and be
A little
nearby
bit
in
closer.
case. Yeah.
Yeah.
Off to the side.
Does he say anything as I walk up to the house?
Nope. There is no, what do you call it? There's no sound this time as you approach the door.
Akira will give at least a knock to be polite if he's still in there.
And then, once again, you hear the voice, deep grumble of a... I said before, and I said again, or I'll say again. There's no reason to go come asking for more questions, just because you're unsatisfied with the answer. I let the kid go.
Yeah. Akira just kind of like waits at the door, kind of like. She clearly doesn't like the answer, but also just like, man, I don't really want to bother this old guy, and she just goes, well, how do you think I could change that that answer to that question then?
You asking the players this one, or are you asking him?
No, I'm asking him.
Roll a persuasion or intimidation. I'm assuming this is a threat.
Intimidation. Yeah, this is definitely a threat at this point. So
if this is
that's a 17.
It's a 17.
Yeah. This is a threat.
I suggest you get going before you have a reason for the guards to come here.
Oh, you tipping her off? She's gonna try one more time and says, look, I don't give a literal shit about anything else except for that kid. That's it. Now, will that answer change?
Make a persuasion. This one is definitely a persuasion.
Yeah. I'm going to oh, okay. A 19. Kira, why is your persuasion higher?
Well, total 21.
Yeah, total 21. Yeah. A 21.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, she is visibly angry too, but she's not gonna go into violence yet.
The door opens ajar. You see the same pair of eyes kind of poke out from the darkness. And Sengo looks you in the face and he says, "What does that kid mean to you that you're willing to cause such trouble then?"
I want to know if that kid's okay. And she just kind of like leans a little closer to him, and just like most of these scars that I have on my body are from somebody that I knew, maybe even blood related.
And Sengo briefly closes the door. You hear the quiet latch on his little thing, and he opens it and shuffles outside. And he is a tall but somewhat muscular drow, but he bears a fairly weary look as he steps out and says, "All right, you want to talk then? We'll talk." And he doesn't invite you into his shack, and rather he simply squats down and gestures you over to basically sit with him in front of the house.
Yeah. She will sit.
And with that, Sengo will, you see him briefly kind of like unfurl a bit of his shirt and then reveal on the inside under his collarbone a small tattoo of a skull with a pair of tears, like kind of like dripping from the eye holes.
Cool.
And he then proceeds to ask, "What do you know of the Shard of Tears?" This one would be a knowledge local.
There is no knowledge loco.
Okay,
It's
so what's the closest
history.
thing? Knowledge history, cool.
History.
Make a history check.
A 5. Perfect. She has
5.
she has no fucking idea.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Wouldn't
Is
be
it local?
different game system.
That's Pathfinder.
That's
Yeah,
Pathfinder.
I wasn't aware of that. That's cool.
Pathfinder has knowledge
Wait, what?
local.
What's
Yeah.
the name of the thing? The Shards of
The Shard of Tears.
Shard of Tears, yeah.
Shard of Tears.
Also, by the way, just FYI, Akira definitely whispered that last part when she eventually convinced him to open his door.
Oh, yeah, to be fair, Core's mostly listening for screaming.
Sengo is speaking in a low tone about this, but he says, well, they've been around for at least 3 centuries now. Professionals, killers, like myself. And raised up by well, not quite technocrats, but they were nobles, good folk who ran the city, much like how the technocrats do today. Though theirs was a profession different from that of the technocrats. Theirs were dealings in war, and handling things in a more discreet manner. After one of our greater wars with Valvadiri, there was no place for them, not in society, and so they turned their profession in other ways. I won't mince over the details, but should you ever find a reason for people to go missing, for bodies to wind up in the canals, or for
Oh, I like eating those bodies. She doesn't say that.
or for the
Don't worry about
streets.
The
If
Don't worry about
thoughts did not win this time.
Well,
They
or
just
for
did not win.
or for streets to run red, it is often the Shard of Tears or one of their competitors who often do the deed. We are assassins.
Nothing is true. Everything is permitted.
They are.
Oh
This is.
Damn it.
This is. So. Small lore dump, since he's gonna explain a little bit, but yeah, the Shard of Tears is formerly a noble house that specialized in training assassins, quite literally from birth. Or even later on, you're either inducted or you're born one if you're part of the family. Um, and they weren't just like, some two-bit gangster that you could just hire off the street. These were like the real deal hitmen kind of levels of bad guys. And yeah, they're still around, but a lot of what they do nowadays is really just a shadow of what they what they were. They used to be a much bigger deal, and they used to do a lot more, and at a point they were kind of tolerated because, well, Broznov has a long-standing history of having to deal with a lot of enemies. So, having quite literally a noble house dedicated to training assassins to, kill enemy generals and stuff like that, it's kind of handy. But in the later years of Broznov's development, the need and employment for assassins became not as wanted. The strategies that Broznov would sort of use was like, we don't really need assassins for that, and the cost for having these assassins, because these weren't, like I said, these weren't just like trained nobodies. These guys were like the equivalent of like training a knight or a samurai. Like, you're dedicating an entire like life into making someone a weapon, essentially, which is not cheap. And of course, now you have someone who's literally trained quite literally from birth or early in life to only do this thing. So they kind of found like it wasn't really a good idea. But the noble house kind of fell by the wayside a bit, but they still train assassins and they still get work. But and anyways, but yeah, the Zed is in chat and he's like, a bunch of ancient 47s, pretty much.
Oh my god.
If you needed someone dead, like super dead, you basically hired one of these guys and paid the ludicrous price for them. But yeah, in any case, Sengo continues on and he says, while the work is easy for me, given how long I've been at this, and very good, I unfortunately came upon not the best graces of the house, and had to lay low and disappear. The house found some actions that I had taken poor in their name, and decided that they would banish me. Now, as for the kid, there's something that Fawn is something of a rather unique quality to Fawn that one, unfortunately, could make excellent use. Something that Lady Annie and the kids have been keeping quiet. Fawn is not from Broznov. In fact, Fawn is not from most of this side of the realm. Fawn is a changeling. And a very skilled one at that. The kid is a natural born imitator. And more than once I've seen the kid shape change to others, even at a young age. Changelings have a natural knack to change their form. However, it does take some time for them to develop and refine to the degree that Fawn could do at their age.
I feel so sorry for this guy because this is going over Akira's head right now, but she's just like, okay, I'm listening.
Okay.
She's starting to go cross-eyed, but she's trying, man.
Retain as much as you can. We believe in you.
Just starts like, it was like this man's literally talking about the history of this assassin group and how it's like Fawn's a changeling. Akira's just like head empty, no thoughts.
Akira's just like nodding, like yes, yes.
It's like the
yes.
SpongeBob like, my mind is an enigma, spilled milk. No, but pretty much the big highlight here is, as for the part Fawn played, well, they were gonna buy me back with that. I wanted to return to my work, and in order to do so, I needed to offer something to barter to the house. And what better barter than for Broznov's most perfect killer? Unfortunately, well, for me, unfortunately, I had left Fawn in the care of a orphanage, and went to go make contact with my kind, and the time it took grew long, and, well, by the time I had come to collect Fawn and hand them off to my what would be future brothers once more, brothers and sisters, Fawn had left the orphanage of their own volition.
Good for them.
For them, yeah.
Good for them.
Fawn's out there, cut loose in the city. Where? I wouldn't even begin to start. I searched high and low, but it wasn't for very long as, well, I had turned up empty-handed and still was under banishment. As such, it was entirely safe for me to walk around in the midst of, in the midst of other assassins who were now more than eager to punish me for, this, mistake. But I know one thing for sure. The word's gonna be coming around about this kid. And it won't be just my group. Others will be looking for him. For them. And they'll want that skill of Fawn's, or perhaps worse, they'll want to deny that to the others. After all, a perfect assassin is no good if it's not under their house name. And yeah, that's what he shares.
Well, Akira doesn't even know how to go about this at this point. Just like, she was angry, and then now just listening, just the anger has dissipated. And now she just kind of stares at him.
If you're worried about me considering taking up the chase of Fawn, then you can forget that. I've already wronged the house twice now. I would be foolish to attempt to right it a third time.
Good, because we wouldn't want to help you anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Akira just like, well, that was a thing that happened.
That was a thing. It was just enough.
Yeah. Quite literally, Akira's just like, I have no idea what to do now. Cause what? We're gonna try to chase after whatever this thing is? If a
We
trained
are,
fucking assassin can't find him?
It's a child.
Well, it's changeling.
Yeah. So yeah, Akira just kind of like, oh god, how do we even find this kid?
Hmm.
And a very skilled one at that.
Yeah. So it's just like, eh.
Can try, but yeah.
Yeah.
No.
You're just like, I don't think we're gonna be finding this kid. But
Not easy.
gotta talk to the other, so she will just say, well, thank you, and thanks for not hurting them. Makes sense you wouldn't hurt them.
Yeah, needs the kid safe and alive to, buy his way back into the
Yeah.
assassins.
Pretty much.
One word of warning. If you decide to pursue this kid, never come across anyone who's a red hand. And that's the last thing he says. And
Right.
after that, he shuffles back into his little shack and closes the door.
Yeah. All right. Well, Akira's gonna go over to the others, just look at them and go, well, fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Well, fuck.
I think that's not good.
We have to talk elsewhere. It's time to leave the guts.
Oh. Oh. That means we have to.
Akira just kind of sighs, just like, I'll get another way. We're not gonna go through the water again.
Please.
Oh my god. Thank you.
Please look what it's done to my hair. And he'll like pull his hair, but it's all like gross color. It looks like it's like the color of the water that you guys went through. It's like all nasty. Yeah, look at it. It's
Yeah.
nasty.
Akira's not gonna say a damn thing until we're basically home.
Sir.
Very well. Well, you'll have to proceed home. There is unfortunately no shortcut, unless you want to try and tempt the corridor.
Oh, so we
You guys
do
wanna
have to
fight
go
something?
back.
Mhm.
I mean, there's other ways of getting out of here, so
Yeah, there is multiple exits, so you could try another exit to try and get out. You
yes,
just
we're
have
gonna
to-
go try another exit, cause can't go through the water.
Can't go through the
Or-
through the grime water.
Yeah, they don't want to go through the grime water.
But what about the cat?
Look, I'm a water genasi.
It's
I'm
gone.
becoming a sewer genasi.
Sewer genasi.
Oh my god, what if the kid was the cat? That's
That'd be
gonna be
hilarious.
That's gonna be
Oh my
funny.
god.
Awkward as hell.
I don't
Not good.
know if changelings can actually do that though. I think they might have to stick with humanoids.
They're
I say
also
that
a
it was-
druid.
Yeah, oh yeah, they're also
Changeling
druid.
druid.
They have
God.
level 1 druid.
The
Oh my
perfect the perfect assassin, a druid changeling.
Oh my
We should have known.
Write that down.
god. Druid assassin.
Um, make a survival with advantage
And guidance.
and guidance,
And guidance.
since
Right.
you guys are done and headed out.
Oh, that is good. Oh wait, what? Oh god.
And I hydrated.
So that's gonna be 22 to get us out of here.
Yep. You take one of the alternate exit paths, which happens to be a service tunnel, actually. And it's a long walk, but you are able to make your way from this service tunnel into just like a maintenance shaft, and then from there follow up into another tunnelway. Go ahead and make one more survival.
Right. With advantage or not?
Advantage, yeah.
With guidance.
With guidance. Oh, double
Oh.
19s. Okay then.
Yeah, you basically you're shortcutting your way through this exit.
Yeah. Gonna be 23. Yeah, 23.
Yep. Eventually, you do find another service tunnel connecting into the sewer area, like another part of the sewer, and then like, oh, another service tunnel that goes in another direction.
Yeah.
Eventually,
Kira's concentrated on getting out.
Yep. You find yourself out and in the streets of Central Port. Not Westport, but Central Port, which is like the connector to all the port areas. And
Yeah.
it's actually like a main area for a lot of the what he calls it, the canals.
All right,
So,
guys.
Works
Let's get home.
perfectly.
Akira's not talking until we get home.
It says
Please,
nothing.
I need a bath.
Yeah, we
Water
all
home.
need
I need therapy.
Was it that
Understandable.
We drank it.
bad? I told you to. Oh no. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Drank the stinky sewer water and took necrotic damage.
Yeah, really a rookie mistake. You should keep your mouth closed.
I didn't know the rope was gonna start moving the moment I held on to it.
Oh,
That's what it was. That's why everybody drank the dirty sewer water. The Kira yanked the rope. But yeah,
Mhm.
waddle on home.
Come on home.
We'll take a
We
moment
waddle
to get
home.
cleaned up.
Yeah, and then clean ourselves when we get home.
Mhm.
Radiant damage.
Yeah, is that is like drink sewer water, take radiant damage? Ugh,
Question mark?
if only. Then you have a different kind of problem. Well, we're not going to discuss
Radiant
that.
damage? More like radioactive damage.
Yep.
For real.
Mm.
The taste of cancer.
Mm.
Who's on the shower first?
There's two bathrooms. Oh wait, no, there's one bathroom. If I remember. No, there's two. There's two.
There's two. I think we said there's one on the first floor and one on the third floor.
Second
Yeah.
and third.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
it's
So
conjoined with the
basically one on the
rooms.
2 living rooms. Yeah.
And technically the pool, but she was told
No.
not to.
No, no,
Taylor.
absolutely not.
Wait,
Yeah, Core's gonna shower very thoroughly, and then he's gonna spend any time while the others are still getting ready, just sitting in the bottom of the pool, trying to absorb clean water.
Detoxify.
Yeah.
Detoxify. Yeah. Yeah,
Wasn't gonna be
eventually.
walking around in a bathrobe.
Yeah.
That is how we're gonna have the super serious talk. Is Taylor's in a bathrobe.
You know, it's even worse, because... Oh, actually, no, it cleans itself, so it's fine. So, yeah, Kira's literally wearing the same thing. But at least it doesn't smell. And it looks like it's been
Clothes are
cleaned.
It's clean.
Yeah, it cleans itself.
Ray from Magic Clothes.
Hooray for magic clothes. Thanks whoever she swiped this off of. They're dead, but anyway,
Not gonna assume that, but yeah.
they're not missing it. They can't miss it if they're dead. But yeah, eventually, as everybody just kind of sits down, Akira's like been trying to think about how to even say this, and she's just like, so apparently there's gonna be a whole bunch of assassin groups looking for this kid.
And why is that?
Because they're apparently really good at becoming the perfect assassin.
Look, I know there's prodigies and everything, but this is a child we're talking about, right?
Yeah, except they're not from here. Anywhere around here.
Meaning...
They're from what? Valvenir?
No, not even from this world.
No, this side of the realm, as in they're from
Side of the realm.
they're from across the ocean.
Yeah, just like yeah, they're not even supposed to be in this part of the realm.
Oh.
Something about them changing.
Changing.
Changing voices, changing themselves. Apparently really good at it.
Those kids did bring up the voice changing, or mimicry anyway. I was really good at mimicking other people's voices.
Can I
Yeah.
roll a... I don't know, nature check? Would I have heard of some kind of being like this?
Would it be nature for this kind of creature?
The Arcana might be better if it's a
Arcana?
magical. The magical creature Arcana might be better. But if it's a natural creature, which I don't think a changeling is, but
Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't really give me anything. You know what? If you make a case for it, I'll allow the roll.
I'd say that Core has some unique insight into being not from Broznov, since as a water genasi he's technically half Fae. So perhaps with his understanding of like creatures who are not entirely from this realm. Probably did some research into that growing up, being like, what the hell am I? What does this mean?
Alright. With that then, yeah.
Oh. Well, I have guidance.
Guidance.
Guidance, save me. Melora, please. I'm too pretty to fail. She agrees. No, it's only a 13.
Only a 13. You do know that, changelings, they are Fae in nature. Yeah, they do not pop up in Broznov, so that much is very much true. In terms of Fae-like creatures, though, there's only really, two particular locations that they really come from, and that's that would be the forests south of Valvadiri, which is home to a number of Fae. And the other place that's the other particular location that is a good guess is actually Corsair's Crossing. As the well, the
Not that mess of
unnatural.
islands.
Yeah, the unnatural nature of Corsair's Crossing, which is the mess of islands in the middle of the ocean, west of the realm, west of Broznov, really, which is home to a veritable number of groups and peoples and creatures, but all of it is under constant rainy weather. And fluctuating, well, rather fluctuating and rapid, what do you call it, uncalmed waters, and well, the islands themselves also seem to be rather unnatural as well, as sailors have numerous times have been on record reported to say that the islands would move around. And, just navigating those waters is incredibly dangerous because, you would go to one part of the crossing where it's rather deep and calm waters, and you'll take that same trip back, and suddenly there's spiky rocks that's like maybe 10 feet from the surface. And suddenly the passing ship that's, rather deep in the water that could go, that could maneuver easily into that patch of ocean is now trudging up against undersea, rocks, or even worse, a passage will be opened up between a small part of some of the islands for one particular day, and then on another day, or even in the same day, towards the end of it. Suddenly it's been closed up.
Oh my god, so like the islands have the corridor effect, but massive.
Yeah, the whole area is just constantly shifting and moving. And the only people that really have any way to navigate that area safely are the locals, which are predominantly the pirates that live out there. Because, well, no safer place to live as a pirate than a place where the authority can't chase you down.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the pirates are, they are based out in Corsair's Crossing and pretty much live their lives out there. And the other two, while they're no longer at a point they used to be the greatest threat on the water in the realm. They kind of had their biggest armada broken about a couple centuries ago by the Bastion and then by the Broznov Navy. They basically went head to head with both of the factions and lost. And nowadays the pirates have never had a substantial naval force to where they could go toe to toe with anybody, really. But that being said, anytime they go and cause problems, they'll show up, do their thing, and then they'll run right back to the Corsair Crossing. Because none of the Bastion Order is not dumb enough to go chase them. The Broznov Navy is, while they're big and powerful, are they're not experienced enough to go there, which leaves really just the naval bound Vitten from Fjordheim, who will be either brave and or stupid enough to go out there, but not good enough to survive. Because go figure, 7 to 8 foot tall Viking warrior people who look at a challenge and say I want to kill it, will foolishly delve into something like that sometimes, but not a lot of the times. But yeah, and Valvadiri doesn't really go and pick fights with the Corsair Crossing because they're usually too far away, and they don't really have a substantial navy either.
But yeah, that's what Akira will say, and she will be like, oh, and also something about avoiding red hands.
Oh, well, I don't don't know what that red hand thing is, but it sounds like perhaps the child might be a changeling? It's a type of fey being.
Oh, yeah, that's what he said.
I can't say I've ever met one, though I have some familiarity with fey beings. For no particular reason.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if that necessarily helps us find them. Obviously, I would hate to see anything happen to them, nor do I wish to force them into a life of violence.
Yeah, but at the same time, if well, groups of assassins are trying to find it and can't find it, I mean, I don't know about you, but I can find things, but not that bad, not that good.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily sure if we could do much better, though. I'd like to try. I'm just not sure
Okay.
exactly how to go about it.
Yeah, trying to find someone who could not be who you think they are remotely.
It's too bad. Yeah, it's too bad that we have no way to get a message to them. If we could let them know that we'd like to help.
That was what I was going to say. The only thing we have to step up from the other assassins is that our intentions are sucker. How do we convey that, though?
This moment, I'm not sure. Because if we had a way to contact them, then we would have done it already.
So it's possible that he doesn't know who to that they don't know who to contact, right?
Well, I imagine, no.
Could we speak
They only
with the
know.
orphanage they were at?
Yeah, there is information on the orphanage. Date's little poster has the info.
Yeah.
Oh,
Would
hydrate.
be the next place to go.
I mean, from what I understand, that changeling left on their own volition, so I don't know if the orphanage knows that much, but yeah.
Well, I'm assuming Akira relayed basically everything that Shango told her, so... I suppose
Yeah, well, I think she would leave out the fact that he's from a certain one, because she's like, that's not important.
yeah.
I'm not gonna share that part. So, probably left out that information.
Well, I mean, because the question would be, for instance, did the kid leave because they felt like they were in danger?
Kind of shrugs. Nobody seems to know that part. But they left on their own accord. That's what he said.
They're hiding awfully well for someone who just is out on a stroll, you know?
That might be why they're the perfect assassin.
Well, they're not the perfect
assassin.
assassin, but
Yeah,
they're the
but,
potential to be
material.
one.
I mean,
Yeah.
even the perfect assassin, if they're just going out to get a little snack at the corner store, they're not gonna go into hyper stealth mode. They're just gonna walk down the street like a normal person.
So they must think their life is in danger.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So perhaps the plan is we go to the orphanage and see what we can find from there.
I'm sure sooner or later our investigation would reach the ears of both the assassins and this individual. Just a matter of...
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
I'm hoping it reaches the kid first, and that we can reach them first.
Yeah.
Or that they can reach us first. If they're really so gifted.
There are a few resources you guys do have on hand that could help you as well.
Yeah, the goblin!
That is
yeah,
one.
the god.
Lugs is an investigator, so
Yeah.
he is one of your
Yeah.
resources. There is another resource that you can come to.
The dogs.
The dog.
I mean,
I mean,
I
it
said that
ain't
as a
serious.
joke, but actually, in hindsight, I don't know if a changeling could change their scent. A dog might be able to tell.
Oh, that could do it. I actually wasn't thinking of that as a resource, but that very much could be.
Yeah. But we should at least pose that we're trying to find a child.
Yeah.
Yeah, like at least in front, especially if the assassins hear word of it, because at least if they're like, oh, they're trying to find the specific child, like, oh, they're trying to find it because, well, they're adventurers and they got told by the cops, hey, look for this
Yeah.
kid.
Well, we have the missing poster, right? So we just need to be clear that when we're speaking with people at the orphanage, that we only ever bring up. We talked to a guard, and he said this kid is missing, and we're very worried, and we don't mention anything about going down to the
Nature.
guts.
Yeah.
So in a way,
would
kind
be
of play a
honest.
little stupid.
Yeah.
And be like,
And
"We're just
even if
going to
anybody
the
knew
guts."
that we went down to the guts, we didn't find anything. Kid wasn't down there.
Yep.
We found a lot of sewage, and I never want to go back.
We kind of just forgot everything because we wanted to.
But
Yeah.
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 The other resource as well, I guess I can mention this, is Ugurg, the guy who's been giving you jobs. I mean,
I'm
he's
assuming, yeah.
kind of an info broker of sorts.
True.
So, yeah.
By the way, we have a lot of avenues to explore.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'll meditate on it and see if there's something I can think of.
Yeah, we got 3 weeks to meditate on this, guys.
Yeah, the guys will have some times.
A long time.
Yeah.
I'll give it a good old think.
In game, 3 weeks.
3
No.
whole weeks, not in
Not
game, but
in-game.
in real life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
sleep
3
for 3 weeks.
Hey, we have other games. Don't forget.
I sleep.
No, I meant Caesar sleeps for 3 weeks.
Oh,
The end.
and she has dreams.
Oh,
Ah, true.
About a
'cause-
weird, about a
Mhm.
bunny boy and his good friend and classmate.
His husband, his sweet, caring husband, who's never done anything wrong in his entire life.
I mean, he might have gotten gunned down by a mechanoid or 7.
Oh my
But-
god, that was the DM's
Oh,
fault, not
no.
his fault.
There was
he
no
didn't do
cover. What
anything
was I
wrong.
supposed to do?
But he didn't do anything wrong.
He didn't do it.
Hit the dirt.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, yeah,
Um,
that sounds like a plan. We will use our resources to try to locate the changeling.
Yep.
Mhm.
So we can cap off here for now if you guys want. We have been going for almost 4 hours.
Yeah, we have.
Absolutely zooted. So I mean zonked, not zooted.
Zonked.
Whatever it means that I'm tired.
Yes, that one.
Sounds like it's time we'll put a cap on it. So next time we meet up, which will be next month, since
Yeah, quite literally next month.
I am not hosting while I'm out, simply because I will not have the resources on hand, and because it's time off. But in that time, have your plans. If you have any questions, I'm still always open to answering any questions or, addressing anything that you guys might have or want to talk about, whether it's like talking about your characters or talking about something with Broznov in particular or the realm or just anything in general. And yeah.
Mhm.
But with that, we're gonna call it here. Great session, y'all.
Yay!
Yay.
Yay!
Yay!
I didn't do violence.
You
No
did it!
violence.
You talked!
In fact, you
He was
managed to
the
talk to an
absolute-
assassin and convince him to not basically just make a situation not be about violence.
Yeah, that's
You
gotta be.
unviolence.
Yeah, that's gotta be a first for a barbarian. To solve a situation without violence.
How dare you? Zara is right there.
Oh god, Zeta's
Okay,
like, in
fair.
that time, think about what you did. Yeah, you left that poor cat in the
But I-
sewers.
No.
It's
We
okay,
gotta
he
go
lives
back.
there.
Come with us.
The cat
Fine.
is the kid.
Yep.
Somehow.
The cat's fine.
I don't think that's possible, but somehow.
If the cat is the kid, we're adopting both of them.
No.
I mean, they're the same person. But
Yeah,
like, you
We're
know.
adopting them.
Yeah.
Surprised we have a kid now.
Surprise, we have a kid and they're changeling.
More importantly,
Oh.
cat.
I honestly have a huge soft spot for changelings ever since we did that campaign where I played one of the changeling NPCs.
Byron.
Virus. I love them.
Virus, right? Sorry.
I love them so much. And I'm excited because Core doesn't get to interact with a lot of other Fade creatures very often.
Yeah.
So
But
maybe
yeah.
we'll get some Core backstory into why he feels so out of place all the time.
Yay.
That's something new.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. In any case. Yeah. Great session, guys. And I'm gonna sign us off and just raid the channel and yeah, we'll just do sign off for now.
Yay!
Yay.
But
Bye-bye.
yeah, see y'all in 3 weeks. Thank y'all for dropping by for catching the stream, and if you're watching the VOD afterwards or the video, then hope y'all have a great time, day, morning, night, whenever, and yeah, see you in 3 weeks from now.
Yay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Aw.